They talking about us. You ain't have a chance to get to the playoffs because you were already eliminated. So that means that since they talking about Jalen got a super team, which they never rank our team as a super team when it's time for the numbers to come out, right? I mean, think about it. We was a super team. Devontae Smith ain't even cracked the 100 list when they said that shit. But we got a super team. That means Dak need a super team to win. He can't do it by himself. That means Joe Burrow need a super team to win. I mean, Lamar Jackson need a super team to win.
RIP, brother, man. Look, I had to do that. I might do that one more time. This is about to be a long live stream. I wanted to come on early to talk about my experience at the open practice, what I've seen. You know, I look at the game totally different from everybody else, and you know, I really like critique in detail. You know, that's what I'm there for. Got a lot of video, even funny videos. But I do want to say what's up to the chat first. What is going on, Andrew, Teddy, Dr. Jen? You finally court one. You always do the watch back, but finally court one, sis. I'm happy that you're here. Teddy, what up? Cool Cat. What's up, Tiff? You know, I had to do something for my guy, man. You know, I'm not going to probably be able to attend on Friday, but with that being said, I know that, you know, Leo's going to be speaking for everybody. Voided, what up? I'm starting to realize that it's a difference between Eagles fans, the true and the real Eagles fans, and then the casual Eagles fans. You know, I thought that, you know, we were one of the same. We could be, you know, in harmony, but at the end of the day, it's getting ridiculous at this point, man. I was at the open practice, and I'm gonna get into some videos and everything, but I was at the open practice, and it was just like, you know, everybody was just like in awe of like Jalen Hurts. You know, they Jalen Hurts fans, not the Eagles fans. They Jalen Hurts fans, or Mekhi Lemon, and you know, it's majority females that was there surrounding where me, and I was there with Bird Gang. I was there with Bird Gang, and shout out to him. And yeah, it's just one of those things that Cool Cat, what up? I didn't even see Cool Cat in here. I think I skipped him. What's up, Cool Cat? But yeah, it was a great showing, man. I think on both sides of the ball, it was a great showing. I got a lot to discuss, man. But I had to play that in the beginning. I basically merged the picture with the sound that you gave me, or sent me, Tiffany, and I think that was just a perfect way to start off this show, because, as always, he loves when I cook. So I'm gonna cook this whole episode, and then we're gonna go straight into Vic Fangio talking at 2:00, and then at 2:15, that's when practice start. The last practice, the final training camp practice, I should say, and then we go into Friday. You know, with the preseason game. I will be live there. It's going to be live. It's going to be the weekend. Everybody's possibly off or got to work late on Saturday, or don't give a damn about working Saturday. They there to watch the game. So, you know, if you want to tap in with me, please like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications. Let's get into it, man. So this is us. Wish I could be there. Yeah, I text you. I was like, yo, you coming, you know, you let me know that you wasn't gonna be able to make it. So I mean, I understand, because I didn't make it last year, just because it was too packed down there. You had Chris Brown on one side, then you had the Eagles practice on the other side, open practice on the other side. I'm like, yo, look, that's too many people, even for me. So, you know, I could do a stadium knowing that's for the Philadelphia Eagles or any Philadelphia sports team. But when Chris Brown is there too, yeah, it's a lot of traffic. It was some traffic yesterday, you know, getting out of there. But you know, but let me stop playing. Let me get to it. So I do want to give y'all my experience, as well as going to the plays that was going on, you know, and how people look at it. You know, all you hear about is the 2 interceptions, and we're going to get into all that. You know, it's just the build up, you know. Yeah, I was one of those. Oh, no, it was over. It wasn't even almost. It was over 45,000 people. Over 45,000. I was one of those people. I was one of those people. Me and BG actually interviewed. I think he has the video, but we interviewed E-Rock. If nobody know who E-Rock is, then you're basically not an Eagles fan. Him and his son, we had them on video. I think BG got it. Hopefully, he posted it or so. But this is me and BG and his lady walking into the link. I mean, man, it was a long wait because by the time I got there, it was like a quarter to three. It was like a quarter to three. I was hesitant because I'm like, yo, I don't know how packed it's going to be. I'm trying to get good seats, but I got very good seats. I have very good seats. Amidst the Eagles fight song that we did early before the players came out. Man, I mean, it was a time, man. It was a time, man. I was excited. The energy was up. Of course, we did the wave. Of course, we did all that. Then I got hold on one second. So yeah, it's one of those things that you just had to be there, man. The energy was live. You had we got a big Dom sighting. What's going on, spiritual? What up? What up? What up? Who else came in? William, what up? But you just had to be there, man. I have this vendetta for the guy that was in front of me wearing a purple hat, a Lakers hat at that. And I'm like, you're with that. Like, I just felt like that you gotta, fit the tone of what's going on around you, and you come with the Lakers hat, whatever. He may not have been an Eagles fan, but he was starstruck. He was really starstruck. Here go the players coming out. Hold on, let me rewind it. He came out first. He came out first. See, look, the vendetta. Look at that. He's always in my damn way. Let me turn this down. That's me talking. But you see everybody coming out. I think like the main guys came out the other side. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert. Yeah, he always has the loudest chair because they scream MVP and all that. Man, it was a good joint, man. I'm happy that I went and not reneged on it, because I was definitely about to. I was definitely about to renege on it, man. You see Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson always looked mad. He always looked mad, man. But yeah, it's Reek came out of the tunnel. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of people out there, just in awe of how this team has been structured. You see Q walking with his pads. Yeah, I just got a whole bunch of like videos and just like I ain't have really time to mash it up into like one video. I could have easily done that, but I'd rather do it this way. Kyle Morris is at large. What you call him is too Bell, but he didn't practice, of course. We're going Nolan Smith right there. Yeah, like I said, Big Dom was in the building. Big Dom almost looked like he tanned a little bit too much. You know, he got real dark. They go Makai Lemon, even though I've seen him walk by, but you know, he's putting on his pads and shit. It was good, man. It was good at the end of the day. To see everybody, especially Makai Lemon out there. This is who I was trying to see. And I knew that they was trying to ramp him up. So I knew he was going to get majority of the passes and thrown his way. He got about probably like 5, maybe 6 passes thrown his way. Let me stop this. But the funniest moment was this was people was hype about my guy, Gilly. Shout out to Gilly. I was like right there, so I was like in clear shot of him and his mom's. What they talking about? Still had to get some exclusive, warm ups from Jalen Hurts and those guys, man. Like, him and Saquon Barkley, throwing the ball. I had to get some of that too in the mix, and I was just happy just to be in the moment. Man. And of course, like I said, BG was with me, so me and him talking back and forth. But I was just trying to get as much as possible. I'm more like keen on focusing on what's really going on the field, not everybody else. Even though it's about to be a fight breaking out, but what is an Eagles open practice or an Eagles game if a fight was not going to break out? You know what I'm saying? So that didn't really throw too much off. I'm trying to like load these up while I'm talking. So bear with me. So the other Gilly one is funny as hell. I'm like, he's silly as hell for this, but look at that. Man, crazy work. I'm excited. I'm just excited about just everything to come this season with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Philadelphia Eagles is really going to really be different from this whole training camp. I think that it's going to be more focus points. I think that you're going to have Jalen Hurts scrambling a lot more. I think you're going to have him just being more careful with the rock. It's almost like he's just trying things out. This is what practice is for, and I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout this live stream. But let me get to where we at. There we go. Just trying to load up some more. So they start. I never seen so many roll routes. That's what I said. So many roll route schemes, motions. This is the first of the scrimmages that they had. It started there. I don't want to play the sound because they play music. Diamond Cuts play the music. Shout out to DJ Diamond Cuts. But I had to, Tiff. I had to. But the wheel routes and everything, man. I'm like, yo, look, like this is Saquon Barkley first touchdown. That's his first touchdown. Which was awesome, man. Like to see that, just throwing those type of plays and getting him more involved in the offense, not just running north to south like last season. It was just a great thing to see that Charmaine was scheming up certain things. The play calling is going to be, and he's letting loose of the play calling. I think this was like the red zone situation. I don't think this was the beginning. I do got that too. Got a lot of tape, But I know they're not going to allow me to load but so much on here. What's good, man? What up? What up? Um, it was looking good, man. It was looking good, man. I remember he threw the pass to Devontae Smith, and the crowd went loud as hell. Loud as hell. Yeah, Sunday. 53-man roster. I will be live probably Monday to see my opinions on, if they made the right decisions or not. But you had everybody out there. I got a good shot of it's on Twitter. Good shot of Chris Cooper talking to Sean Mannion. I got a whole bunch of things, man. Oh, stop. All right. So let me play this one because this is a little bit longer. It's a little bit longer. A little bit longer. But Dontayvion Wicks looked like Dontayvion Wicks. He looked like Dontayvion Wicks when he was with the Packers. Like, they put him in certain ways of the scheme. It was a lot of motion, a lot of pre-snap motion, a lot of different looks. Just trying to get Mekhi Lemon involved, and that was something to watch, man, because the things that you could tell that the timing and everything was off with Jalen Hurts. You could tell Jalen Hurts and Lemon between them two, and then also they say Devontae Smith, but I don't think the chemistry is off. It's just think that the timing that they used to throwing the ball. You didn't see a guy for so long. You're going to have like a off throwing pass. And that was one of them. The bomb to I think I got that video as well. But man, the way he was cooking though, right, Jen, the way he was cooking, it's insane. It's insane the way that some of these schemes are coming into the bunch formation, and then scheming somebody out to the left, and that he did that on that it was one John that I was like, yo, I like that scheme. I like the way he did that. And then I'm like, all right, you got to go Mekhi Lemon here, and he ended up running the ball. I'm like, damn, he ran it with Saquon. I said, damn it, because I was like, yo, if you would have did that right there, I think Mekhi Lemon would have look, it's 3 over here. Yeah. Miami is crazy. Miami's offense is looking crazy, and TP say we taking a decline negative. Just look, spiritual. Look, like I said, that guy just talked the talk. He rambled and rambled. He's a troll. I can't speak for him, but all I know is that when football, football. People attract to that. He has a delusional Giants fans believing in themselves, and they're gonna get the shock of reality. They are. But you got Saquon Barkley just running. Like I said, I got like a lot of film yesterday. Crazy. Like I said, he got that red zone touchdown, and I got the wheel route. I do got the real route, and we gonna talk about the interceptions, y'all. Don't get me wrong. We gonna talk about the interceptions. We just got to get into the build up. The build up is what they didn't show you. What they're not talking about. What they're not highlighting with the context of everything. I think honestly, this next camp, this final training camp, I think that Jalen Hurts should not practice. I think that he's been practicing a lot. And yeah, I think that if he does, he should it's like a minimum. I think that he needs to chill out. KingDV, they have shown a great amount of progression since week 1. Yeah. But my whole thing about it is the context is you can't forget about how good the defense is, how good Vic Fangio got these guys, how good Q Coop and Reek is, and Reek is showing it, improving it all the time. All this, we're gonna have to lean on our defense and all that. Football defense wins championships, so I'm okay with that. That's not saying anything. But you using that to discredit a quarterback that has been to the mountaintop and slayed the Giants. Why are we sitting up here still having a discussion if he could do it or not? And we're gonna get to that as well down the stretch. But I did that. Yeah. So I want to play this one now. Like I was in a good air shot. That dude with the purple hat was pissing me off though, man. He was always in my shot. This is the bomb. So hold on, let me rewind it. This is very let me rewind it. So if you look, Albert, what up? So if you look right about here, Devontae Smith has to slow down, which means that, and like I said, and I'm mad that Jigga's not in the building or anything like that, because a lot of people think I don't. This was an underthrown ball by Jalen Hurts, but it was still a catchable ball by Devontae Smith because it hit his hands. But the cool part is that Q knows how to knock the ball. You've seen it when he did it the first joint practice against AJ this year. He knows how to knock the ball out like he's an all pro for a reason. So when he slowed down, and then when he jumps, because he catch the ball like that. That's the kind of ball that was thrown to him in the Super Bowl, the dagger. He catch the ball like that. He caught the ball here on a dagger. But Q knows how to and just a leap play by Q, just not to give up on the play. That was a bad drawn by Jalen Hurts, but it was still a catchable ball. He had three bad throws. Three bad throws all open practice. 3. This season for Fells, you can feel it. He's everywhere with Eagles right now. This live, what up, DV? What up, Fells? Fells, yeah, right. But if you was here earlier, I did play something. I'm gonna play it, again. But I was trying to get into the motion of the open practice and what I seen. You know what I'm saying? What I saw. Gene, damn, long time no see on my channel. I'm saying on my channel. Here go another one. I gotta mute that. Let me mute that. I gotta mute that. Saquon. Yeah, this is one of the quick ones. It's one of the quick ones. But yeah, man, it was only 3 bad throws, and that's all they talking about. The one I just showed you with Devontae Smith, because I think that was he could have led him a little bit more, to make it easier on Devontae Smith, and then the two interceptions, and then the only reason why the first interception from what I'm gonna show right here. I'm gonna show right there. See, so what people don't understand about the logic of that is that they're trying to ramp up a rookie quarterback that went in the first round that needs to be ramped up because they have high expectations for the guy. You see, as soon as he was full go, they didn't really ease him back. They just went, you're getting into training camp. Hopefully he gets some snaps in this last preseason game, but they're trying to force feed him. A lot of people just say, oh, he was trying to find Mekhi Lemon through an interception. Other side of everything is Rick Woolen takes up so much space, and it is something that we didn't have on that side of the secondary is so long. I love Darius Slay to death. Love Darius Slay to death, but as he got older, he was getting beat. Remember in the Commanders game, when he was guarding Scary Terry. And Scary Terry ran it, he caught the ball on him on the slant and ran it for a touchdown. Like, I think if that was Reek Woolen now, I think that Reek Woolen would have challenged that, or at least broken up the pass. You know, he would have challenged that. His wingspan and his height and then his speed is unmatched on that side that we had in a long time, man. But he jumps the route, gets the ball, gets the interception. If Makai Lemon didn't touch him or tackle him, it would have been another pick six. So we got to stop looking at it as the Jalen Hurts show. And I'm not saying you guys, because I know you guys don't. Y'all like the whole team. But the casuals in the national media and the local radio stations, they're looking at it as Jalen Hurts. We're coming to see Jalen Hurts. And that's not the case. The defense shows up too. The defense was all, we're not even going to get into, let me rewind this. We're not even going to get into the pressure that the defense was consistently giving Jalen Hurts. Jelix Hunt was in the backfield majority of open practice. Jalen Hurts had to scramble, you know, and that's not saying a lot. Landon Dickinson didn't practice. I think Lane Johnson got out early because of something that was lingering. So he set off for the rest of the open practice. So you had Fred Johnson getting his ass whooped. Also because Markel Bell wasn't there. I think Markel Bell would have probably been on that side, and we would have been able to get a good look at him. But I think if you look at, I don't know if you can see it from here. No, that's not the one. It's the second interception. Second interception is where Jalen Hurts was getting a lot of pressure, and he threw it too early. What's this one? Oh, Saquon Barkley touchdown, the wheel route. I think that's the only thing that our defense have to work on is defending the wheel route, because I feel like that's still always going to be there with this defense. So we need somebody that's going to be able to go step for step with the running back or the slot wide receiver, because at the end of the day, you know, we can't have that. We can't have a running back or a wide receiver, slot wide receiver getting behind us because they got a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? But this is the Saquon Barkley will route touchdown. And I like how he put Munt in that place, because now he's just a decoy. And that was all just scheming. I was in awe of Mannion's play calling all night, man. All night. And let me see if I could get these up now. Let me just get some more up for the show. Let me get that up. So Jordan Davis, yes. Jordan Davis did practice the whole, you know, he stayed in the whole time, but he has a brace on his arm. I don't know if it's his elbow or not. But we shall see in the final training camp and when they came up with the injury report. But I think he tweaked something in his forearm or his elbow. But I think he's going to be fine. To start week 1. I think he's going to be fine. And if he's not, man, we all, you know, we still got a Jomo. Hopefully Ty Rob can, you know, continue his onslaught like he was in training camp, you know. I'm just trying to load up some more videos so we keep this thing going. I just remember where I stopped. And yeah, we going. Is that's I watched him go down, and I started to scream. Yeah. Everybody gasped. Everybody gasped. We was like, "Yo, we can't have that. We can't have that." So hopefully that he's probably not going to practice today. Even though I feel like that he's going to be ready to get a week one. We still got like 2 weeks left before we take on them dudes called the Commanders. We still got some time. We still got some time. I'm trying to see what's what. Trying to see what's what, and we're gonna get into it. Boom, boom, boom. That's 3. That's 4. I told you I got a lot of video because I was trying not to have a live stream that I was using other people's videos because I already know how that goes. I don't want that, I want my videos to be shown, and just giving y'all context of what I've seen on each play, where we at? What's that? 5, 6. So they only allow me to do like 10 at a time. 6. I'm not gonna say it because kids start flipping out when I say them two numbers together. All right. Okay. So I'm good. All right. So I got the Saquon one already. That was a Saquon touchdown, right? Yeah. So I can remove that one. And I'm gonna just put this one up, and then we're ready to go. We're ready to go. We're ready to go on the next batch. Because I got one more batch after this. One more batch after this. What's this one? I think I already showed that one too. So I could add another video. But I got one more batch of videos for you guys to examine. And I got one more batch. And then we could get into me on my little rant. And from casual fans to everything like that. So I appreciate that, Tiff. the manager. Tiff, the manager. Shardy, what up? Shardy, what up? But here's the next clip, y'all. I don't know if it's music on here. You're going to keep seeing this guy with the purple hat. Because now I'm sitting down recording. See, those are things that they weren't showing you. Like, they weren't saying, oh, it was a good pass to Wicks. It was a good 50-50 ball with between Reek Willen and Devontae that he won. You're not going to talk about that. That's not going to get the clicks. Jalen Hurts' success is not going to get the clicks. The only time it did was when he lost in the Super Bowl. When he won in the Super Bowl, now it's because of the team around him. He do it low, kind of low to Makai there, but nevertheless, I don't know if matter of fact, no, it was a catch. I remember they ruled it a catch. They ruled it a catch. This is about like a 2-minute video. And they was like hurrying up to the line a lot, which I loved. Saquon Barkley. Is that Saquon? Yeah. Because I remember at one point we seen Jalen Hurts out there with Tank Bigsby, Hollywood Brown, Elijah Moore, and Darius Cooper. Daz, what up? What up? What up, bro? Happy you can make it, man. Hopefully you subscribe. This is my newest channel, but this is going to be my only channel. No more, disappearing and all that. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts scrambles. It was a drop by. It was a good pass, just a drop by Devontae Smith. They don't want to talk about that either. That was on Jalen Hurts to everybody too. Canadian Cat, I appreciate you, yo. As always, like I said, this is about to be a long one because we still got about 2 hours. We still got about 2 hours before, we jumped that. No, I know you did it years ago. This is like, yeah, I love what I saw last night too. Let me get that off the screen. Love what I saw last night too. Any AJ Brown jerseys at the link. I thought I was going to see AJ Brown. When they got the the $30 grab what you want bag. I thought I was going to see an AJ Brown jersey over there. But me and BG was talking, and he said that I think he went to a sporting goods store and they had AJ Brown jersey and Carson Wentz jersey, so they had both number 11s there. And I'm sorry, it was AJ Brown. Did you start? Yeah, I started a new channel. Please subscribe. That's what I'm telling you. I just thought it was funny that all three number 11s. You never show up on my time. Yeah, because you're not subscribed to me, and this is a new channel. I remember seeing you in the chat. I was going to let you know, but I didn't want to, get flagged on somebody else's show. But let me continue. They still can't get rid. No, they can't. They can't get that out to a flea market. They can't get that out to, what's that called? Salvation Army. They can't get those out. Let me continue though. Cooper DeJean, Nick Sirianni. They was right there. They was right there, man. This is before and I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate you. But this was before everything. No. This was the kickoffs. This was the kickoffs because I was trying to get like Makai Lemon catching the ball and everything like that. And I know Coop was next. Covey was next, and then it was Coop. Let me start deleting them as I go. This is Coop actually trying to catch the rock. I stopped at 70. Trying to keep it going. I'm trying to make it so. I already got that one. Let me put it back. I made my Wentz a Browns jersey, and now Browns came. You just going down the list. It's crazy. You going down the list on the number 11s is crazy. Rich, what is going on? Hopefully you had a good session. Some progress. I know it's going to take long. Hopefully you had some process, man. And here goes another video, I think. Yeah, that's Lemon, but Lemon didn't catch it. A name that I cannot pronounce, Corded. Nope. Not even gonna try it. Not even gonna try it on y'all. But yeah, I told you I got some film, man. What's this one? Okay. Let me see what I see here. Because I was just trying to see, his mannerisms. I know he got a audible when he goes like this. It's like real quick. Like that's how detailed I was on everything. I seen like Jalen Hurts' like mannerisms and all that. Lemon looked like he was working back in. He was confused on some of the lineups, Rich. He didn't know where he needed to be. And so I said it's going to take timing and rhythm between him and Hurts. I knew this was going to happen. All the time that he missed. That's who had the touchdown in the preseason game. Yeah. So let me get this one up there. That's where I'm at. Okay. Is this the pick? No. Yeah, that's the other side. This is where I was. That's the other side of the pick, and you can see what I was talking about. That he jumped that route. He jumped that route. He looked that way, came back, and I don't know if Jalen Hurts didn't see Reek, but like I said, Reek, if you was there, Reek, so much. He took up so much ground and so like fast of a time. Like it's a way, and I want to say this too, because a lot of people say, "Oh, he's a rental." I heard LB, shout out to him. He said that he was a rental. It's a way that he can't be a rental, and anybody in this world know how to keep him on the squad like this. It's Howie Roseman. It's Howie Roseman. Unfinished business. We gave him that opportunity and everything like that. Is this no? I did delete it. We on 9. We on 9. Okay. Let me yep. Get that one. Yeah, because I'm trying to make it so it's not too long of a period, but like I just want to give y'all context of what I saw and type of schemes that was being ran. I seen a bunch, and then it turned into a basic one wide receiver, 2 wide receivers on one side. Then he motions the tight end, especially it was most of the time, just so they could pick up the blocks, which was cool, man. Dalton, it's so funny because you said something about Dalton. Because I seen Dalton when they was doing the drills, handing off the ball to the running backs. I seen Dalton actually handing it off to Damian Pierce, and that's 2 people I think that's not going to make the roster. That's 2 people I think that's not going to make this roster at all. I think that I don't know. I think that we seen possibly Friday we'll probably see the last of Andy Dalton. But let me ask y'all a question while I'm loading this up. Do y'all think that Howie Roseman is going to pull off a trade this week? Yes or no? And where would you want him to look? Will he pull off a trade? Yes or no? And where would you want him to look? Oh, okay, that's the same one. Don't know about this week, but it's coming 1,000%. Yeah, it will come. I know every August he pulls off a trade. He does. But I just need to know and I need to know the context of Jonathan Grenard before I even make my decision. 6 safety depth. I would go cornerback or safety depth. I would go corner because the safeties didn't look bad at over practice. Safeties didn't look bad. I wish we went with Crosby over. Why Daz? Why over Grenard? Why over Grenard? Because that don't even. I mean, because of the name or what he could do, but he's rarely there. He's rarely there. Johnson will be fine. People make a big thing out of everything. No, they will. They do. It's just that I know he'll be fine, but people will say, "Oh, he may miss the first 4 weeks," or they might say that his ramp up period is going to be him getting back in ball shape and all that. Who says that he's not really working on that right now? And they just trying to be precautious on the investment they just made during the draft. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just that. And they're not trying to give the bulletin board of everything that's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles. I know Crosby will play no matter what. He never misses time. He does miss time. Rumors are they're being very cautious with him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let me play this. Yeah, the score was 15-0 at this point. Because they was keeping score, as always, at open practice. As always. Yep. That was Darius Cooper. I remember that play. I remember that play. I remember that play. Going right back to it. They held him out. No, that's last year. That's last year. But he has been hurt. He does miss games, and probably not a lot, but he does miss games. Tank running style is so crazy to the point where like that could have been easily a touchdown. That could have been easily a touchdown. I know, the linebackers was like taking a little light and all that because you can't really tackle unless you're really challenging the football. But Joe, his running style is crazy, man. Our running game is going to be like chef's kiss. Chef's kiss, man. Chef's kiss. But like I said, they're not talking about Jalen Hurts throwing these touchdowns, man. I think this was right after the interception. I think this was right after the second interception. I do have that too. Because he threw the ball and he threw the ball both times when he recorded the interception. The defense is like that's what I'm saying. They don't understand that we're not talking about a quarterback that's starting out and he's throwing picks and all that like a rookie. We're not talking about a defense that's lackluster because if Jalen Hurts is doing all that, then they'd be like, okay, well, Vic Fangio, they would go that route. Well, Vic Fangio's scheme is not working. Maybe because Jalen Hurts is used to it, but he looks good nevertheless and all that. But since the defense is actually playing defense, Jalen Hurts is challenging them by trying to get his guys involved, and it's leading to interceptions. I'm looking at it from both sides of the coin. I'm looking at it from both sides of the coin. Got Dallas Goedert in motion from one side to the next. This is when he overthrew. I think it was Hollywood. I think that was Hollywood Brown. He overthrew. Let me go to the next one. And y'all know how it is, man. And y'all was right, man. Because I never get on the Eagles Wi-Fi, so I tried it. And the Eagles Wi-Fi, man. Oh my God. See, Darius Cooper almost got caused another interception. And they would have said that was on Jalen though. Hold on. I'm trying to pause it. It was right there on him, but he didn't catch it. So if Quinyon would have scooped that up, if Q would have scooped that up, that would have been on Jalen Hurts. They would have blamed Jalen Hurts because they love to talk about this shit. They love to talk about it. We have the best interception. Internal D-line. I'll always read that as interception in the NFL, PFF ranked LB court. Yep, second. Especially thanks to Trot. Trot is making it so difficult for Jahai Campbell to be the main starter. Like he could start, but it might be a rotation at this point. He's challenging the hell out of Campbell. All right, did that. That should be up there. Did that too. Oh, so we rocking. We got a couple more videos. Am I tripping? I think I did this one already. Is this the touchdown to Saquon? No. Yeah, that is a Saquon touchdown. That's the wheel route. Logan, what's going on, brother? What is up? What is up? Is this? Which one was that? Because I think this is the one when they was trying to give Makai the rock. This is right before I think Makai's touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. DV, I just tagged you or asked Jamar Chase injury. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. That happened when we was there. Um, it's something to watch. It's something to watch, and it's something for fantasy players to watch. You know, maybe it did look bad, but he said he okay. So I'm guessing he's going to try to play through it, but expect for him to miss a game or two at the minimum. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Because they did this. Nobody followed him. Nobody followed him. No, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. The next play is it. The next play is it. Bengals can't catch a break. Look, it is what it is with the Bengals, man. It is what it is. I think the next play is the play. Because I'm like, yo, they trying to get Makai the ball. And then the next play, the that route happened that he scored. He scored on that route. Man, you got all the practice. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm there for the people, man. That's what can I say? I'm there for the people. There it is. There it is. Touchdown. Touchdown. Finally, I was like, it's about time. It's about time because they've been force feeding him the whole time. They're trying to ramp him up. So if I'm a defensive player like Reek and all that, and I know that they're trying to ramp him up, I'm playing him tight because I'm trying to make a play. I'm trying to make a play, especially in front of the fans, trying to make a play. That's the context that people are taking out of it. Yes, Jalen Hurts could have definitely do a better pass than that. Yes, he may not have for that second interception. He may not have want to go to Makai Lemon, because Reek close out game is crazy. Well, let me play this one. And then those middle of the field, long drawn out crossers, they're hard to time. One, two, you doing that with a rookie is it's bound for bad things to happen. He could drop the ball. He could tip the ball into the defender's hand. He could do anything. He could do anything. I'm trying to see where's that at though, because I do got that interception. I think this is it. Because I didn't have time to name them. I think this is it. No, this ain't it. That was to Smitty. That was to Smitty. I swear I had the when he caught that over Reek, not that one, but it was another one he caught it over Reek. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, it's always going to be still sharp and still with them two. I gotta give a name to Reek, and I don't want to say Reek the Freak. That's weird, and because it's for the obvious reasons. For the obvious reasons, but we got Quatamino Bay. We just got Coop, but Reek need his own name. Yeah, Campbell Tall. Campbell Tall. Where I'm at? That's 87. Let me load up these last videos real quick while got some downtime. And people in the building, please like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications. Just load these up real quick. What was that? 89. 90. Video. 92. I appreciate you, Tiff. I tell people they start telling people like you want to get on the show, you gotta talk to my manager. My manager too. You gotta talk to you gotta talk to Tiff. Did you clear that up with Tiff yet? uh that. And then we're gonna get to the nitty-gritty of what I need to rant about. And this should take us all the way to when Vic start talking. And I will be playing that here. I will be playing that here. Didn't you live stream a practice a few years ago? Yeah, I did. I did. I definitely did. But they're real strict about it now. They're real strict about it. Real strict. Real strict. They're they just let you like, you know, and the music too. You know, I'm still trying to get monetized. I'm over the threshold of both subscribers and watch hours. It's just, you know, their YouTube is becoming more strict as well. Very strict. What we doing? What we doing? No, boom. We're gonna do that one first. And then we're gonna do just 1 second. Because you know I gotta throw some 94.1 in the mix. That's what I got to rant about. And I know people have seen the videos, but you know, y'all here now, so y'all get to see how I feel about the whole scenario, the whole situation. But let's play some more YouTube stays. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's limiting how much we can create, you know what I'm saying? And the way everything is licensed and all that, you can't really play certain things because of the sound. I remember I had a different beat when I first come on, but that was flagged because it was licensed. Even though the website I got it from said, you know, as long as you shout us out in your descriptions and let us know and tag your and put your YouTube channel in there. There's so many things to go with that, man. So many things. Let me get back to it. Which one is this? Is this? I'm looking for this interception because the second interception, I got it from my view. Oh, no, that was the 50-51. Oh, that was the 50-51. That was the 50-51 at Devontae Smith. He caught over Reek. Reek fell. I remember. Yeah, yeah. And everybody was hyped, and he ran it right into the end zone. But they said that he was down by contact. He was down by contact. Yeah, I remember that. It was a dot. It was a dot. They ain't talk about that though. They ain't talk about that. It's nothing to see there. Nothing to see there to these haters. It's fine. Nothing to see there. Smitty is going to be, yeah, he is. And he can move all the way around and all that. Because now, not only if Smitty's having a huge game, he can still be a decoy for other people to get gain yards after catch. Hurst couldn't make that throw last year because he was limited. He was shackled. It's something about when a quarterback hold his hand out, just hand it off the ball, or if he's doing like a fake. I like that type stuff, man. I like that. I just like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And you know when training camp, the last training camp start, I am going to change my camera to my OBS camera so we can all watch Twitter and all that together. See, this is the type of stuff that, you know, you got to work around. Oh, that's the one he overthrew. He overthrew Dallas Goddard, I believe. See, look, the audibles and all that. I think I'm looking for this. It's the run and play. I'm just looking for this. I think it's in this one because that's when he dropped his towel. I think it's in this one. I know I got it somewhere. Simone, shout out to her. Simone with the sports. She had a decent angle because it happened like right in front of her. I was on the opposite side. I was on the opposite side. A lot of people aren't realizing how big of signing Wicks. Wicks is a huge signing, and his confidence is. You could tell he's confident in himself. You know, wasn't a lot of wasn't he no drop passes from him. No drop passes from Wicks yesterday. I think it's in this one though, but they ran it, and then they threw the ball. I got a couple more videos from open practice. Thank y'all for rocking with me this early in the morning, man. Please, just like my guy Logan said, just hit those likes. It helps a lot, costs you nothing. I think we are sleeping on Wicks big time. No, I don't think we're not sleeping on Wicks. I got confidence in him, man. His release off the line is crazy. I just was like, yo, he just always got to finish his food, Eduardo, what is going on, man? Please subscribe. Please subscribe, man. Right the ball. All right. I'll be talking. I'll be talking to him like I'll be talking to him like they can hear me. Like, yo, hike the ball, hike the ball. That's the type of stuff. Like I'm gonna do live play by plays. Y'all gonna see like how animated I get, especially if I'm like sipping on something. If I'm sipping on something, yeah, y'all gonna get raw DV. No, you ain't gonna get DV. Y'all gonna get Dave. That's my real name for people that wanted to know. Fun fact. You're gonna get Dave. Okay. Yeah, that's when they called timeout. They called timeout. I remember that. Because Jalen Hurts was pissed. I mean, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Nothing spectacular. Got him all sides. I was like, got him. Got him. Hold on, let me see if I can. I need y'all. Oh, they won't let me. All right. They won't let me turn it up. StreamYard, man. But crazy. Open practice, man. I still got three more videos that I got, and then leave y'all alone by open practice. Start getting on my rants, and then going to because it's about to be 1:00. Yeah, get into the whole talk about all the hatred, all the spewing that's been going on, and I know it's more going on as I'm going live. But yeah, let's play this one. I still can't find the second one. I recorded it. I know I did. I know I got it. That's Saquon catching the ball, trying to tiptoe the sideline. I remember that. I know I got this shit. Come on. We see that prayer when me and BG got in there. We said a prayer for Fells because he'd have been there right with us. He would have loved yesterday. Do you have the Barkley touchdown? Yeah. I showed it earlier. Good will route. Something to watch, man. Like, yeah, he was throwing it to the sidelines, trying to open it up the field and all that. But yeah, that will route, like the scheme was crazy. Like I said, the way that they moved Munt and it made it, because if Munt is in, it makes it seem like he's going to block, and he just did a little out route, and he just was a little decoy. He was a little decoy. They was complaining about all sides and all that. Is this it? Like, I'm shocked that I haven't come across it yet, unless it's on my other phone. It's probably on my other phone that I gotta. No, I think this is it. No, it's not. That's the Wicks too. That's the Wicks. Yeah, Fells, man, shit. Yeah, he'd have been there like yelling. He probably wouldn't have had no voice today. There it is. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I knew I recorded it. I'm like, I recorded this shit. And then he threw the ball in the field, on the field. I was mad because I'm like, yo, I'm right here, just hand the ball. Oh, well, not on that side. The first time it was the opposite way. I don't know what this last one is. I think I got this off of X. Yeah, I think I got that off of X. I gotta mute that. Gotta mute that one. That was the Hollywood Brown. That was a touchdown. That was a dot. But the one to Reek Woolen, the Reek Woolen one, I think I got the image. But they were saying that Jalen Hurts do it too late. Do I got the photo? Not on here. Okay. It's on my phone. Thought it was linked, but okay. All right, Apple. We got caught up with Makuba, that Brown touchdown. Yeah, he did. He definitely did at Rado. He did. But before, because I do want to do it now. Let's do it now. Before, since we got 36 in here, please like, comment, subscribe. But I do got to do this for my brother. He was unfortunately pronounced deceased about a couple weeks ago now. But I do want to play this again. I did play this in the beginning of the video. Do want to play this one more time?
Oh, they talking about us. You ain't have a chance to get to the playoffs because you were already eliminated. So that means that since they talking about Jalen got a super team, which they never rank our team as a super team when it's time for the numbers to come out, right? I mean, think about it. We was a super team. Devontae Smith ain't even cracked the 100 list when they said that shit, but we got a super team. That means Dak need a super team to win. He can't do it by himself. That means Joe Burrow need a super team to win. I mean, Lamar Jackson need a super team to win.
If Drew come in here, I'll play it one more time, man. I'll play it one more time. That beat is crazy. I'll play it one more time. He did a lot last night. Oh yeah, because Leo wasn't present. Oh, Leo was there. I thought that he said that he wasn't going to be there Tuesday because he was out of town. Oh, I gotta watch that back then. Fells, man, like he said this shit with a passion, didn't he? He said what he felt with a passion. He did. But I want to get into this, man. We got this Joker, man. And I got the whole context of the conversation, right? A lot of people on Twitter was just posted up Emmanuel Acho's part, but I want the whole concept of the conversation, so I can sit up there, pause, give my feedback as we're watching it together, right? Because I know a lot of people don't watch the speakeasy and all that, so I got about like a 9, maybe 10-minute video, and I'm gonna be pausing. We could talk about it, and then we're gonna get into the other dork as well. But let's play this.
Like Patrick Ewing said to his huddle in college when he was coaching, you don't work on that shot. You don't throw field out routes from the opposite hash, Jalen Hurts.
No, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. Let me get the right one. Let's get the right one. And then I'll play that. There it is. There it is. I uploaded the wrong one. There it is. Because I hate whoever is like on the panel too. Now I will tell y'all that. Well, I'll let y'all see the video.
Favorite thing, which is hate on Jalen Hurts.
Oh, man.
Do you see how excited? Hold on. The Philly is about to come out. I am sorry in advance, y'all. It's afternoon now, right? Yeah, the Philly's about to come out. You see how this dickhead sit up here and just look like he is just excited to hate on Jalen Hurts? Look at this shirt. This shirt look like it's whatever. The shirt looked like it's a referee shirt with Nike on it. He looked like a thumb. Whatever. But he's so hype. I'm a hate on Jalen Hurts. Looked in the camera, hype. Like this is something to be hyped over. Like you look like an ass clown. You do.
How to do my favorite thing, which is hate on Jalen Hurts.
Oh, man.
He was throwing picks during training camp, and I can't wait to see more of them. Look at this right here. Here he is dropping back, throwing a hot ham and cheese to the...
A hot ham and cheese. When did people start calling interceptions food? That's to say America's greedy as shit, by the way. But when did we start calling it food? You know what I'm saying? A ham and cheese. A ham and cheese. I'm rewinding it a little bit.
Picks during training camp, and I can't wait to see more of them. Look at this right here. Here he is dropping back, throwing a hot ham and cheese to the defense right there. Bam! Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. There was also...
You are so wrong about, like, if you're going to sit up there and hate correctly, bro. Hate correctly, because if you think about it, well, we all know it wasn't Quinyon Mitchell that caught that interception. That was Reek Woolen. So you're so wrong about your ticket. You were so, like, you know, ready to hate on Jalen Hurts that you got your whole information wrong on national YouTube, basically. Anybody can see this. Anybody can see this.
Another disgusting, horrible, god-awful interception he threw right here to Tariq Woolen, cutting down. Bam!
Yeah,
give me that. And I'm taking that thing all the way to the Baja. Back 60-some.
The way that pause, this is a whole be a pause, but the way that he's using his mouth, pause, to utter hatred, and spew hatred to Jalen Hurts is beyond me. I wouldn't get that excited to hate on another person, especially being successful. But I digress, though.
Odd yards for a pick six in front of all the friends, family, and fans there in Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, is this a good sign? Or
now, the fact that they really believe that everybody that's the Philadelphia Eagles fans are just Jalen Hurts fans is beyond me. Yes, we're going to ride to the wheels fall off for the quarterback that got us to 2 Super Bowls, made us believe in the system that he runs, you know. But at the end of the day, we're football fans, we're Eagles fans, in the way that we cheered when Reek caught that interception and ran it back for a pick six. You know, people weren't there for that, you know, and we knew that he threw a lackluster ass ball. Why is who there? Oh, the guy? I don't know. Listen to who he's saying get in the intercept. That's what I'm saying. He's so damn wrong about it. So damn wrong. But here go, you know, look. And then look, y'all. Look at Emmanuel Acho's face. He already know he's about to say some dickhead shit. He already know. But just listen.
is this a bad sign for the Philadelphia Eagles?
This is fascinating. Here's why this is fascinating. And real Eagles fans, you should understand what I'm about to say.
the bullshit. The bullshit is going to start right about now.
I feel like the new OC, Sean Mannion, has Jalen Hurts feeling himself, which will be a good thing if Jalen Hurts can unleash that next level of potential based upon confidence and his ability to throw the ball. Here's why it's problematic. Jalen Hurts, like Patrick Ewing said to his huddle in college when he was coaching, you don't work on that shot. You don't throw field out routes from the opposite hash, Jalen Hurts. That's not something that you have the requisite arm strength to do. Jalen, you don't have the necessary ability to throw a field out opposite hash. You can't throw it out in. If you throw it out in, it's going to get picked. Nevertheless, you threw it out in and you threw it late and behind the receiver. So in my mind, this is a pass that Jalen Hurts wouldn't have attempted under Kevin Patullo. Number one, because he was handcuffed. And number two, probably because he didn't have that confidence instilled in him throughout the weeks of practice under Kevin Patullo. So it is
dumbass take, man. Dumbass take, man. I'm gonna play the whole video because I kind of like what LaShawn McCoy was saying. You know, it's rare when I agree with him nowadays, but I do gotta give him his props on, you know, defending Jalen Hurts. And while he was talking, he still was doing a little jarring, hating, and all that. That's all in this video. But I want to talk about what he just said. You're sitting up there, Eagles Drew. What up? What up? What up? What up? Hold on. Eagles Drew here. One more time, y'all. One more time for the one time. If Eagles Drew was here, one more time for the one time. I gotta play it. I'm sorry.
They talking about us. You ain't have a chance to get to the playoffs because you were already eliminated. So that means that since they talking about Jalen got a super team, which they never rank our team as a super team when it's time for the numbers to come out, right? I mean, think about it. We was a super team. Devontae Smith ain't even cracked the 100 list when they said that shit, but we got a super team. That means Dak need a super team to win. He can't do it by himself. That means Joe Burrow need a super team to win. I mean, Lamar Jackson need a super team to win.
I had to, man. RIP to the bro. But back to what this asshole was talking about, though. He's so wrong talking about he got Jalen Hurts feeling himself. Like, that's stupid. Jalen Hurts can make any type of throw. This is why he's a winning quarterback. This is why he's a Super Bowl MVP. He's been in big moments and making these plays all the time. He was just asked not to throw across the middle, not to do certain things. Since training camp has started, matter of fact, let's go back to mini camp. He's been throwing across the middle. He's been throwing in the middle of the field. These are things that he actually does, you know, no problem. Drew, like, look, you know, I know y'all knew him longer, but, you know, he has an emotional effect on me as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, and, you know, we went to the open practice. I know you came in a little late. I had some plays that I drew up. It was like probably over 25, maybe 30 plays that I drew up myself, like just recording. And I was there with Bird Game as well. But the way Emmanuel Ocho was talking about Jalen Hurts it's almost like it's bigger than hatred at this point. It's very big. It's bigger than hatred. It's envy. I think it's envy. That's what it is. It's envy. It's envy. Think about the conversation, and I'm avoiding. I'm happy that you said this. You're probably not going to be able to see it there, but I'm happy that you said it. A competent OC gives confidence, but Hurts doesn't need any external sources to be motivated. He's self-motivated, yes. But the conversation I remember is when the first time that Sean Mannion was on the panel, and he basically says, yeah, Jalen Hurts asked the right questions. And then when Jalen Hurts got on there the first time in the offseason, he basically said, yes, he understood what Sean Mannion was saying because he broke it down in detail. Something that last year they didn't have. It's just that was why. I call 4 verts because that's why. So just go out there and run the play. But then that falls right on Jalen Hurts. And that's the fault of the Philadelphia Eagles for allowing that, and Nick Sirianni for allowing that to happen. You know, that's when I would have wanted a Nick Sirianni to step in and say something about the play. But now we're here. We're here. And now they're talking about Sean Mannion got him feeling himself. Let's play the rest of this dumbass tape before the Sean kind of checks them. And that's why I said I got to play in its entirety to the point where, you know, we get the gist of that one clip that they showed on Twitter.
Problematic because Sean Mannion may have Jalen Hurts thinking he's somebody that he's not, but in the same breath, for real fans and for real analysts, you got to understand you miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. So seeing Jalen Hurts attempt passes that he otherwise would not have attempted should be encouraging, because you might now start to see Jalen Hurts push the ball down the field in ways he hasn't pushed the ball down the field previously. But just like a newborn, when they start to walk, will eventually fall on their face, you will see Jalen Hurts, when he starts to push the ball down the field, will eventually make mistakes because he is stretching his abilities beyond his ability. Jalen Hurts doesn't have the ability to throw that field out with
the way that he sit up there and say things to make it seem like he's the smartest person in the room. So look, the way he's talking and everything is more like he's trying to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to try to be the smartest person in the room, because the smartest person in the room will get that validation from the people that's in the room already. You're not the smartest person. No, I got to play the whole thing, Drew. I got to play the whole thing, because the way the way it looked, it was just like he was hating. So I would assume like everybody thought that the whole podcast was hating.
The necessary accuracy more often than not to not be intercepted. So there's some good from this, there's some bad from this. Ultimately, that's everything I took from this.
Wow. Question. That was a lot right there. Is Jalen Hurts trying to make the team out, yo?
No, of course not.
Is Jalen Hurts the franchise quarterback this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is this a real game or is this practice?
Practice.
Cool. Practice.
Yep.
It's practice, right? I had a long talk with a lot of my friends, my young boys at 2-5 I said, y'all got all these scrimmages. I want y'all to go out there and try different things. Mm-hmm. And if it works, use it for the real game. If it don't, throw it away. This is practice. He's trying to get his timing down. You know, he's throwing an out route to his receiver and they got picked off. Okay, cool. We move on. You learn from it. You know, we had a clip of A.J. Brown the other day. He was talking about, are you getting ready for the Eagles to come into training camp against you guys with the Patriots? He said, no, I'm trying to work on my craft. Jalen Hurts right now is working on his craft. If he picked the ball, cool. Now he knows, okay, I gotta be a little earlier. I was late on his pass. That's why we have practice. I think we overreact every time Jalen Hurts does anything. True. Because the truth is, the first pick he had was super late over the middle. You know what's going to happen in a real game? He's going to scramble and take off. He looked to the right, he looked to the left, nobody's there, I'm going to scramble.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
But it's like, we can't even practice without everybody being so critical of the kid. It's just crazy. I've never seen a quarterback that is so under a microscope on everything he does. He don't get in trouble off the field. He don't do nothing wrong. He may give you catchy press conference, sayings. Other than that, all he does is win.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it.
I think two things are true. Everything Shady said is true, and I actually don't think what Shady said undermines what I'm saying as much as to some degree it works in correlation with it. You have to try different things in practice to know what the hell you can do and what you can't do. Like, you got to, Jalen might think he has the ability to throw the field out until you throw that field out and you realize, you know what, G? I don't have field out in this right labrum.
You see what I mean? Like I said, Shady was actually sensible. He was speaking facts and he was critiquing instead of just jumping on the wave of just hatred. And then here come this damn ass clown sitting up there. He don't have the accuracy. He don't have this. And I'm like, how don't he have? He throws the best deep ball in the league at quarterback, better than any other quarterbacks y'all have deemed that's better than him, right? We can't sit up there and have these conversations with assholes like this, just talking about he can't do something. We seen that he can. We seen that he can. He can't throw this route. He can't do this. He can't do that. No, you haven't seen him do that. That's a fact. You know why? Because the scheme caused him not to do that because he was handcuffed from trying that. So now he's in a growing situation where now in this scheme, the same scheme that he didn't do for 6 years with the Philadelphia Eagles, he's going into his 7th year, and now everything changes. Now he got to worry about everything that's going on with the line of scrimmage in the beginning. Then we got a first round draft pick wide receiver that's trying to get ramped up. You're saying that he can't do certain things. You're saying that he can't do certain things. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. Jalen Hurts threw 3 bad passes at open practice. Throwing the ball away, I don't call them bad passes. I'll call it like, hey, I don't want to get sacked. I don't want to do certain things. But it's beyond me. It's just beyond me that we still got stupid people like this that people actually like believe. The casuals actually believe this shit. And then they clip it from other fan bases and all that. TP Wade's about to have a field day with this without the context behind it. This is why I did that first. This is why I layered stuff. I layered stuff on my channel. I showed y'all and told y'all as we were all watching these plays on what I thought about these plays in the moment when I was there yesterday. And then now we got this goofy. And this is not the only goofy that I'm going to discuss today. But it's a good conversation between.
Got Phil Doubt is.
Hold on. I think that Sean McCoy won.
Isn't coming out of his shoulder. Josh Allen might have field out. That's not my game. So I'm glad that he's recognizing it's not his game. That's why I'm not that mad at it. So I'm not mad at it because he's pushing himself in my mind in ways this training camp that I haven't seen him do before.
But I just think that, like, I don't want to say he can't do it. Maybe he has to throw it earlier. I watched his last pass. He put a little air on that. But, maybe he has to be on a rope and he can't float it. Like, there's different ways to do different things. I remember when I was playing, I never was like I never spin. I never was into, like, spinning. Mm-hmm. Some guys spin. I always said I don't want to give a guy my back to hit. Right? I only spin if I'm reacting. But in preseason games, I would try different stuff. Yeah. I would try different stiff arms. You know what I mean? It's preseason it's what it's for. It's for practice. So I'm not tripping about this. Maybe you're saying he probably can't throw it because of the talent part. I'm saying maybe it's how you throw it. Because there's a lot of guys that don't have the arm strength of Jalen Hurts, like Kurt Warner. Yeah. But he can throw that out route, come back, and do all that. It's timing. Now I got to put my ball out there a little earlier because I don't have the arm strength. This what quarterbacks is the hardest position to play. But I do think in these type of situations, it's okay to learn. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It absolutely is okay to learn. And it is practice. It isn't a real game. But that was a real meatball marinara that he just threw out there. And he's been throwing a lot of hot ham and cheese sandwiches over the middle of the field.
He has a punchable face. I just want to say that. It's another guy that I'm going to play that got a punchable face. But he has a punchable face.
A lot of Italians, a lot of salamis all over the field. And look, this is a great sign, but it's also an awful sign. Because one, I think Tariq Woolen getting this busy, this early for the Eagles during training camp for this Vic Fangio defense, I think they're going to be good. I think this defense is actually going to be an elite unit. I think they made the right move. Shady, I know you like them re-signing Jalen Carter. I know you really like the additions that they made defensively. But they're going to have to lean on that defense this year. There's far too many questions on the offensive side of the ball. You're losing A.J. Brown. You lost the best offensive line coach in NFL history, in my opinion. Now you have so many questions heading into this. We want to air the ball out more. I don't think that's the answer. The answer should be the run game. And I've been saying this all offseason. It's ridiculous that we're sitting here trying to. And I disagree with you. I disagree with you about the scrutiny on Jalen Hurts. There needs to be more scrutiny. I want more scrutiny on Jalen Hurts. It's ridiculous that he gets the pass all the time. And Jalen wins. No, the Philadelphia Eagles win.
Isn't that everybody's comeback when we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts and how he wins and all that? And clearly people don't watch football because if the numbers don't look the way are gaudy, like Dak Prescott, I'm sorry, Drew was here. A Strawberry Daiquiri or Josh Allen or who else? Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, You know, if the numbers don't look like that, then they're going to hold that against Jalen Hurts. Whereas though you don't look at the RPO being a threat, and he's one of the biggest RPO runners. He's a dual threat quarterback that got taken out of it with an incompetent offensive coordinator last year. Now he has a competent coordinator. Whereas though, yes, you're sitting up there, you know, going through the motions and all that. He got full autonomy now in Sean Mannion, and now it's just insane, man. It's really insane. And then, you know, you got Fatback right there. You got Fatback sitting up there talking about meatball sandwiches and ham and cheese and all that. Just say you hungry, bro. You ready for lunch? You ready for lunch or dinner? Like, just say that. Stop sitting up there rambling about how the interceptions. You're going back to the interceptions. And look, when he's talking, look, Shady's like, I'm not trying to hear that shit. Look at all three of their mannerisms. Shady's looking like, I'm not even trying to hear this shit right now because I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I know the team. You know, I know what's really going on. You can't judge them. Like I said, couple live streams ago, you can't judge them right away, right? He's sitting up there hungry as hell, but look at Emmanuel Archo as he's talking. Yeah, that brings up a good point on how much I can hate more. He's every time he does shit like that, he's looking to the corner like, okay, it's like he got a bulletin board of Jalen Hurts hate. This is what I'm gonna touch on. Sean McCoy is sitting there chilling.
They win in spite of Jalen Hurts, and they have.
They win in spite of Jalen Hurts. Look, it's times when the offense is not clicking. It's time when Antonio, what's going on? It's time when the offense is not clicking. It's times when offense not scoring in halves or in the quarter. The defense has to hold up their end. And yes, we all get frustrated because if the offense is booming, then the defense don't get tired down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? And we don't lose certain games. But, you know, neither here or there. I think that, you know, how the game is played is how the game is played. But like I said, defense wins championships at the end of the day.
Last season they did that.
At times. But
He had an amazing Super Bowl. Yes. Awesome. That does not mean that he's exempt from being judged for the rest of his games.
I can't say they win in spite of Jalen Hurts, because in spite to me means Jalen Hurts is throwing 2, 3, 4 interceptions and they're still winning. Like
Jalen Hurts is completing no passes in the second half of 2 games, and they win.
There's a difference.
But then the context of that Fatback, right? The context of him not completing any passes. If you go back and look at the games, it was dropped passes. It was miscommunication on routes where he decided not to throw the ball. It was blitz, you know, that comes into play in football. You know, he's not just out there without somebody's trying to tackle him or sack him. You know, he has to make a decision quick. And if the scheme is not corrected for him to the point where now it's drawn out and all that, and then you got the whole secondary on your wide receivers, who he's going to throw the ball to? Who's going to throw the ball to? And then some of the time, or half of the time, Dallas Goedert at the time was in a formation where he's blocking, so you can't rely on him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, we got to make it make sense. Fatback.
So, Kieran, between hurting a team and not helping a team, Jalen has at times not helped the Eagles.
That's true.
But Jalen has rarely ever just hurt the Eagles.
He's more often than not helped them.
Not more often than not.
But he never hurts them. Whenever he does hurt, he never hurts. He hurt him.
So how do you say in one breath? He's basically, the Eagles are winning in spite of Jalen Hurts, and then turn around and say that he's not the reason. Like, I don't understand, like, how these guys
hurt him against the.
I don't understand how these guys got a player for. I really don't.
Chargers last year.
Yeah.
He doesn't really hurt him like that, though.
Yeah.
He maybe hurt him against the 49ers.
Playoff game when A.J. Brown was hurt.
Yes. My problem is we act like he helps them. Look, the praise, we talk about the criticism being as loud, or sorry, the praise being as loud as the criticism. How about the criticism being as loud as the praise? Because the praise with Jalen Hurts is so much more than what he actually shows on the football field, in my opinion.
This is
I'm
funny,
sorry.
bro. Because like y'all pick and choose when we want to give a win to the quarterback.
That's
Kieran
fair.
never does,
That's fair.
though.
I never give the
Kieran
win to the
never gives the win.
quarterback. It's a team accomplishment.
I always give the win to the quarterback. That's why I'm arguing with Kieran on this, because I give the win to the Qs. Kieran never gives the win to the Qs.
But yeah, like he's not productive though.
No, he is.
I mean, I don't get it.
He can be productive.
But
More often than not,
in
though,
the grand scope of productivity, though, because production is general, it's subjective. In the grand scope of productivity, obviously Jalen Hurts is not as productive as the most productive quarterbacks or some of the more productive quarterbacks in the National Football League. Now you can counter those 2-5 and say, well, Acho, he's not asked to be. This year will be different.
That's what I'm saying. We judge him based off of we judge him based off the idea that he is asked to be. We talk about him like he is asked to be, but he's not. He's not asked to be spectacular week in and week out like other quarterbacks have to be. Josh Allen has to be spectacular week in and week out. Joe Burrow has to play week in and week out, and he has to be spectacular. Patrick Mahomes has to be spectacular.
Yeah.
All of these other quarterbacks. Dak Prescott even has to be spectacular a lot of the times. Now, I know he has sold the playoffs. He hasn't been. And he has been. But my thing is, though, too, look, with Dak Prescott, whenever he has a great team and he goes out there and he sells, that was ass. We go at him. But with Jalen Hurts, no, we can't do that at all. We can't.
Everybody goes at Jalen Hurts. He's on every TV station talking about. That's what we're doing right now. Everything we talk about is the Eagles. Yeah. But, you know, my thing is this, though. Because I've learned how to understand, like, yo, everybody don't have to be an all-pro for us to win. And the things they ask Jalen Hurts to do, he does. I can't help it that other teams don't have a head coach like Nick Sirianni. I can't help it that a lot of teams don't have a GM like Howie Roseman. That's not Jalen. That's not his fault. So the stuff they ask him to do, he does well, right? Well, I give you an example. I played on some teams for the Eagles that we should have been throwing the ball 30, 40 times. We would have been winning.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
But you think you got these names and all this talent that we can do it. That's the truth. So I commend Howie and Nick and even Jalen. Oh, you know what? Whatever you need me to do, Coach, I'm going to do. If you really look at his career, even back into college, whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do for us to win. It's hard to get people to do that. Everything's about accolades, stats. I want to be a star.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that. Y'all yelling and all that. But I know one thing. Some guys' favorite teams in this room, they won't go as far as the Eagles. That's the truth of it. No matter how much you yell.
Yeah, Indianapolis.
All right, man. That's enough of that. All right. But look, as I said before, I think that it was just an idiotic take on Emmanuel Acho. I just wanted to show the whole concept of that. And just give my opinion. And my opinion is that, you know, I think Shady, like I said, somewhat, you know, took up for the quarterback. But at the same time, it could have been more. He could have said a lot more, you know. But I do want to get into another jerk, man, somebody that we all don't like here. And that's the obvious. Because he couldn't wait to get out that building last night and basically give his whole trajectory on what was going on and all that. So let's play this, man. Let's play this.
What's going on, everybody? Day 16 of Eagles training camp in the books. And I think the takeaway from tonight is the takeaway from camp all along. They're turning the ball over way too much. There's no other way to get around it. There's no they're learning a new offense. There's no chemistry, blah, blah, blah. Those all play into it. But 13 interceptions in 16 practices is way too many interceptions. Tonight, Jalen had 2 more interceptions. And I'll say this, like, it's the offense turning the ball over. Tonight was Jalen. The 2 throws he made, bad throws. Tariq Woolen picked off both. Coverage on the first one was tight. I don't think it's a throw he should have made. Second one, the throw was late. It was slow. Easy interception for the defense. But overall, Jalen has 13 interceptions in 16 practices. He has, I think it's 15 interceptions in the last 4 training camps combined, in the total of training camps. So he is turning the ball over way more than he used to. And I can promise you this, right? For all the excitement about the new offense, if the turnovers continue, we saw it in 2024, right? 2024, he turned the ball over and the offense did too much in the first 4 games. Boom. Went to a conservative style of offense, won the Super Bowl. That will happen again. For all this, like, how much will they stick with the offense? I think if the turnovers continue the way they are so far, you will see, and this is a good thing, Nick Sirianni adjusts. So my main takeaway from day 16 is unless the turnovers stop, like, they're not doing this offense. I can tell you that right now, because the way they win games, the way they've won Super Bowls is by taking care of the ball. And to go away from that is not something I think Nick is ready to do, not something I think Jalen is ready to do, and it's not something I think fans should want them to do. So they got to take better care of the ball if they really want to run this new offense.
It's beyond me. It's beyond me. We keep saying that it's practice. We keep saying that Jalen Hurts is learning a new system. We're talking about how great this defense looking, top 5 at best, top 10 at worst. We're talking about how Reek is coming along. We're talking about the pass rush from Jelix Hunt. JC got paid, so he's been a monster and causing double teams and all that. And we're still talking about him throwing interceptions. He was the same guy. This clown was the same guy that sat up there and said Jalen Hurts needs to take more risks. He's playing too conservative. Now he's taking risks and trying new things and all that in practice, not even in the game. Practice. Don't mean to sound like Allen Iverson when I said that, but y'all get the gist of it. Now he's backtracking that because he's feeding not only WIP because he's on that show or that station, but he also feeding national media, and then he's going to also feed. No, I know I don't listen to him. I just want to rebuttal, and that's why I posted this ass clown up here. I don't know why I keep using that word today. But yeah, he's one of those guys that let me see. There we go. He's one of those clowns that another one that always has to be right. You know what I'm saying? But these interceptions are going to be like I expect this, right? And I don't know if I'm the first one to say this. If you're throwing interceptions in training camp and you're making all these mental mistakes, throwing like lob balls, whereas though it's easy for Reek Willen to, catch the ball at week 6 and all that. Like Chris Jericho is crazy. But if you doing that now, I expect for you to be ready week 1. We should not go through no damn struggle pains against are not too deep to the point where we're trying to find our identity still. Eagles girl, what's going on? Leo, I'm gonna play it one more time. Leo's in the building. Leo, please watch this. I did do this. I did watch. I did put this thing together for our brother resting in heaven. I'm sorry to keep playing to y'all, but I got to. Leo's in the building.
They talking about us. You ain't have a chance to get to the playoffs because you were already eliminated. So that means that since they talking about Jalen got a super team, which they never rank our team as a super team when it's time for the numbers to come out, right? I mean, think about it. We was a super team. Devontae Smith ain't even cracked the 100 list when they said that shit, but we got a super team. That means Dak need a super team to win. He can't do it by himself. That means Joe Burrow need a super team to win. I mean, Lamar Jackson need a super team to win.
Man, it was so crazy, man. RIP to Fells again. But the fact that what the hell Fells was talking about and that take still stands on this video today of what I'm talking about, it all co-aligns and coexists with one another. You know what I'm saying? It's beyond me, man. It's beyond me that Fells was saying that prior to all this, and that we still got the same challenges with this, right? So not only does his ass go to the training camp, and then after he leaves, he says that shit, right? I'm talking about ESP, Elliott Shore Parks. Then he goes to WIP this morning, and then he says this shit.
With what you've seen now through about 3 weeks of training camp, are you concerned about Jalen in this offense?
So I think Jalen could run this offense eventually. I think that this offense could run this offense eventually. I think they ran the ball really well in this offense. I think there have been some plays where they've gotten good yak after a throw. There have been good crossing routes. Like, there have been positive moments. And there's been a lot of times where he has been under center, done play action, and thrown the ball, right? Just like everybody wants to see. But I also feel like a mistake we're all making here, and I think that soundbite plays to it. Like, this season is not going to be decided by if they can run the offense or not. At the end of the year, it's not going to be like they ran it, they get a trophy. Like, that's not what this year is about. They're going to try to do different things on offense so that they can run the ball better and so that they will be better than they were on offense last year. But ultimately, the season is about how many games they win and how deep they go in the playoffs. So I just think there's so much obsession with, can he run this specific offense, as if they've been gifted some offense from the gods that, they're going to see if they can run. A lot of teams run this offense. A lot of teams run this offense and don't win a lot of games.
Right.
A lot of teams don't win as many games as the Eagles.
It's I don't know. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Why do I keep doing that? It's beyond me, man. I just don't. Somebody threatened ESPN yesterday. Look, man. I even told him about himself on Twitter, and people liked it. It's beyond me, man. How, you saying that he could possibly, he's still in the process of learning this whole new scheme. Like I said, we got about a little over 2 weeks before week 1, right? This is the last practice that's coming up shortly. And I'm trying to, get to 2:00 so we can actually, hey, what's going on, Monica? But yeah, I think that the way he talks about it, it's almost like that he's just trying to get the traction. I think at that time when I took that, talking about if somebody see him at the open practice to touch him. Oh yeah. I did see that. No, you don't want to do that in front of the, you probably be banned from life from the link touching him. So that's probably why he felt safe. You know what I'm saying? ESP probably never got his. No, he didn't. He didn't. Who goes to an Eagles open practice and all that in training camp with a soccer shirt on? Are you an Eagles fan or no? That's where we got to be with that. But I digress on that. I just don't like the fact that it's a lot of flip-flopping a little bit. I think eventually they can run the offense. They've been running the offense for the past 3 weeks, and they've been better every single week. If you got the offensive coordinator and Word Soup Nick Sirianni both saying that everything is a progression and everything like that, and they telling y'all as reporters, and then y'all going out there seeing that they progressed. What are we even talking about? Like, they can't run the offense, or Jalen Hurts can't run the offense. It takes time, especially when being in the Nick Sirianni scheme of everything that Vic Fangio said himself hasn't changed until Sean Mannion got here and he had full autonomy. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I'll digress on him, man. All I'm saying is the way he is, he's just a walking clickbait. People going to see what he says, especially on in that little dry spots when nothing is really going on in football. Yeah, they go to ESP so they could just have a video on him. You do things like that. But then he's not the only ass clown either from WIP, because I do got the first person that somebody said earlier talking about this offense and Jalen Hurts and everything like that. Before I get to that, I gotta, see what my manager talking about. She said, all I know is people didn't pay attention to this team the first preseason game to the second preseason game. There was a huge difference. Facts. A lot of people just swung it towards Kevin Patullo being in the booth. It was more than that. They got real comfortable on running that scheme. They start getting real comfortable. But Joe has something to say, and I'm gonna just play it and then respond to it, and then we can start chatting more about open practice, what you like, what you didn't like from the beginning of this video, and then Vic Fangio should be talking soon. He's normally on time when he does his interviews.
Only about one thing, really. It's about whether Jalen Hurts can run this offense, and it is a prove-it year for him, and it should be. And if he can't do it, then it's going to be somebody else. And everybody forgets where we are with Jalen because everybody's been happy at training camp. There hasn't been any controversy. We spent a couple years, even with the winning, controversy all the time, right? This training camp, everybody's smiling, Jalen's smiling, everybody's happy. Forget 3 months ago that we saw the owner of the team sit up at the press conference with a smile on his face and basically say Jalen's not getting an extension. And then about a month ago,
when the hell did Jeff Lurie come out and say something like that? When the hell did Jeff Lurie come out and say something like that? Because I missed that. When the hell did he come out and say something like that? He basically said he loves Jalen. Jalen's the winner and all that. He never said that he's not getting his extension. What he was talking about is when he was talking about Jalen Hurts, and then the reporter corrected him and said, oh, and that's what I said. They didn't even got the facts right. Just before Jalen Carter got his extension, he said he don't talk about that. Jalen Carter is a good player, and then he left it at that. He wasn't in awe about Jalen Carter like he was Jalen Hurts. So what the hell is this? You know who he looked like, or what he looked like? He looks like a Kensington and Allegheny resident that just got clean or going through a rehab. That's what he looks like to me. His last name is Eskin. His dad was wrong most of the time of his career. He's wrong all the time of his career. It's never a time that I say I agree with this fool. When I was listening to the radio station, I just got this clip because, it's kind of like passing time, but it's also just, getting my opinion on it.
we heard Howie was asked the question about an extension, and he avoided the entire thing. I think the season is bigger than about winning football games. It is bigger than winning a Super Bowl. This year is about the future of the franchise and the future of the quarterback and whether he is the quarterback in the future. And I think they're right, because I think the biggest mistake you can make anywhere, in sports or anywhere, is saying that if something worked in the...
I gotta stop this. I got to. So basically, he goes on to say that whatever worked in the past is not going to work in the future, which is the dumbest take I ever seen in my life. Because as your team grows, your quarterback has to grow. Your quarterback grows and all that. Front and Kensington, yeah, both of them, Kensington, Allegheny, Front and Kensington, and all that. But anyway, it's crazy how they got the facts wrong, because all they focus on is hating on Jalen Hurts. He didn't want to talk about the contract or anything like that. That's why he just was like, because he already knew behind closed door what was going on. He's the first person to know that, hey, we're going to extend them. We're close into this negotiation with him and his agent. So he didn't want to talk about it. Speaking of Jeff Lurie, I don't want to forget this, man. Jeff Lurie will be in the Eagles Hall of Fame. He will be honored on October 26th. October 26th, when we play the Dallas Cowboys. I might go to that game, y'all. I might go to that game, man. Jeff Lurie, man, I don't know, man. He makes all the right decisions. He makes loving the Philadelphia Eagles more exciting, man, especially when he was talking after we won the Super Bowl on the Rocky Steps, and he was just saying that, let's go get another one. And he just, I don't know. I'm just thankful that we got a great GM and a great owner. And I seen his son at the open practice too. And I'm like, I wonder if they, if he passed it down the line, or if his son is interested of being passed down the line. And I hope that he don't Stephen Jones his way to get ran out the city if he does take over to him. But as far as Jeff Lurie goes, man, he's a one-on-one, man. Like, great guy. And, he helps put this thing together, and what we can't do, he covers in the back end. Whatever we can't do cat-wise, he covers it on the back end. His son is involved with the team, Tiff? Okay. Jalen Rager Lemon reminds me of him looking at his highlights. No, he's way better than Jalen Rager, man. He's way better than Jalen Rager. I think that we got to give him time. The speed of the NFL is totally different. He's coming off a hamstring injury that he's been dealing with for like two and a half, maybe 3 weeks. He really didn't have time to get that time, and like it's different doing a pass and catch with Jalen after practice than what it is when you got a defense like the Eagles in front of you. You know what I'm saying? They talk about that he couldn't get separation. Because I was watching KingDVSports because I was letting people know, like Eduardo and Jigga and Jimbo. I don't even know why Jimbo's not here right now, but I was letting them know that I was going to go live at a certain time. I went live 15 minutes before the time. Now I told Eduardo, I told him 12 o'clock. I went like 11:45. Went 11:45, but you gotta let him get back into football shape after that hamstring because they was being precautious, but he injured it in minicamp, and then he came back, and then he re-injured it or retweaked it. So they was just being cautious. So those type of things, you got to give it time. You just got to give it time. And sometimes game speed helps it, the rhythm come quicker because now you can talk in real time. You can sit up there and know what y'all was going through. The mentality of Mekhi Lemon. Look, I'm trying to make a name for us up there, sitting up here doubting me and all that. I'm pretty sure he's young, so he's looking at social media and he's looking at what people are talking about it. So that's the whole thing about the get up of. Let me share my screen now. Is this it? Yeah, I'll share my screen now. So soon as he comes up, Vic comes up, I can have that up playing. Oh, now I'm gonna talk to y'all for the next couple minutes because I know he's about to come up. Vic about to come up. Man, I never deleted the Patriots reporters so fast after that last joint practice. I never it's beyond me that people could be so wrong and the casuals eat it up. And people like TP Way, people like Lloyd and Randy and Juan, just to name a couple people that's for other teams in the fan base. Just so wrong. Or they just do it also for what Ultra and 94.1 and all them do it. They know how deep the Philadelphia Eagles fan base is. So of course we're going to sit up there and flood it. We're going to flood their channel. I got all the receipts and there's probably I know. They're piling up. They're piling up. So I already know that how this thing goes. It's going to get to the point where you're going to start having to call people out because the way this offense is about to look going against this defense every single day. When against the Patriots, who's no slouch on defense, with or without Christian Gonzalez, it was crazy to me that he's sitting up there still fighting for a contract extension. He's still fighting for a contract extension. It's crazy to me. Which means that they shouldn't even have made that trade with AJ Brown if you're going to sit up there and not pay this guy. Hopefully they do it soon, man. I do want him to get paid. I want him to stay there. I don't want him to even try to attempt to look elsewhere or for them to try to look elsewhere for him to trade. Because I got a hard feeling that he's coming to the East. He's coming to the NFC. Love it when Vic speaks. That's what I'm saying. He's going to speak today. And he's going to keep it real. He's going to keep it 100. That's the only thing. And I like how Charmaine speaks too, because Charmaine's look like he has a brain. And we last year they didn't set the bar high, but he talks like he has a brain. He talks like he has a brain. Come on, we got 41 in here. And please like, comment, subscribe, man. Like I said, once I get monetized, I'm starting this whole membership situation up. I gotta wait about a month. They said I can't reapply into September. So at the end of September. So we shall see. We shall see, man. Manius is good and all that. Nick Sirianni, when he's trying to keep stuff short, is good. When he does that whole long-term word soup type situation, you get dizzy. You get dizzy in his lingo. But the jargon that they try to do with the Jalen Hurts hate and everything like that, it's crazy, you know. And Shardy, you got to listen to him sometimes because talk about Nick Sirianni. I know I'm pinging back and forth, but you got to listen to him sometimes because he's a decision maker. He's a situational play caller. Like he's going to either go for it, he's going to kick and all that. So you have to listen to him sometimes, like especially after games, because reporters going to ask him straight up, "Hey Nick, what were you thinking there? If it don't work, if it does work," and he said this one time, and that was a fact. If it works, then it's like, oh, great play call, Nick. But if it doesn't work, then it's all on Nick. You know, similar to Jalen Hurts. I spent 6 years listening to. Okay, I got you. Word solid is intentional. I laugh when I Randall getting pissed at. You're right. Do you know how this is Nick's game? Yeah, because he don't like answering questions. That's why like some of the times when they be like Nick Sirianni and you see Howie Roseman, because Howie Roseman take over. Howie Roseman takes over. Howie Roseman does take over. We got 10 minutes before he comes on. What's going on back here? Okay. My screen might be going off soon over here. Over here. Yeah, they're not talking about the Dax. They're not talking about Dax turnovers. They damn sure not talking about that. They're not talking about anybody else's turnovers more than they do Jalen Hurts. Sauce are bad now. The lettuce is. Come on, Shardy, that was funny. Nick has winning all through his blood. That's all he knows since high school. His stats are elite. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, saying that, a lot of people don't agree. They think that he just wins off his talent that's surrounding him and all that. But somebody has to manage this talent. Because there's people in the NBA that say that Steve Kerr is a great coach, but he already had the talent that Mark Jackson had. So do you sit up there and say, oh, Nick Sirianni won because they got an elite offensive line? Do you say Nick Sirianni only won because of this? No, he had to pick the head coach. He has to coexist with the quarterback. He has to coexist with the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, and he has to make sure he manages all of that. So when people sit up there and talk about how Nick Sirianni doesn't do anything, like we got to remember, like we got to stop thinking with that one track mind that you're going to hate somebody on this team, and that's Nick Sirianni, and think about the entirety. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's human. So he can make a bad call and all that. Yes, we're going to get on him about that. Jalen Hurts can make a bad throw. Yes, we're going to get on him about that. But at the end of the day, they coach and play for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we can't sit up there and think that the entirety that they both have to be perfect. They both have to do certain things. We know how lackluster the play calling is for Nick Sirianni, but the situational play caller matters. Nick Sirianni was hate, but nobody was hating when you seen the video come out that he said, okay, let's run it. Let's run that dagger play. He made that call. They asked him. He made that last call. He made that call. But nobody was talking about him making that call then. He could have easily said no, but it worked. So now nobody's really talking about it, that it was his call. And Gene, I'm happy that you said that. I'm happy that you said that because think about it. Carson Wentz couldn't take the heat from the Eagles fans. Chip Kelly definitely, he really didn't give a damn about what the hell the Eagles fan thought about him, but he couldn't stand the heat to the point where it forced Jeffrey Lurie and Harry Roseman, or not Jeffrey Lurie, to do something about it or say something about it. It's certain people that can't play here, coach here, and we're lucky to have two people that can actually take the heat in Philadelphia. You can say what you want about Nick Sirianni. I appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe, man. The new guy, Matic 215. But yeah, I start off. If you're still here, I start off with my open practice experience. But then, I'm about to go into training camp, the last final training camp practice, and this means that we're so close to football. After the this practice and the final preseason game on Friday, and I will be live streaming that too. Definitely going to ramp up myself and getting content on my short form and shorts and all that, just to stay in the algorithm for YouTube to actually pass me for being monetized. Nick is the perfect coach for how he's work with. Yeah, right. He is. And this is why when people be like, "Oh, Sean Mannion does good," Sean Mannion is going to be the head coach. It's not that simple. We extended him we extended Nick Sirianni after the Super Bowl, and then now you got him just stepping away from everything. The way that Nick Sirianni coaches, he's listening to, just like it's a trickle down effect. It's a trickle down effect. Yeah, Nat, I'm happy you here, bro. Let me do that right now, because I didn't like something that you did, bro. I ain't like something that you did on a live stream, on Lloyd's live stream. I didn't like that. I did not like that. Because that was insane. Saying somebody must be on something from Africa. That's what you said, and I called it out. And that was messed up, man. That don't sit right with me. But everybody called Eagles bro out when he said something about Randy. It's crazy. It's insane. How do I get to it? There we go. It's crazy. Saying somebody must be from Africa. That's insane to me, bro. That's insane. So that's what we gonna do. What the hell we at? Sit right with me, bro. He said was going to call ICE on me first. He said he was going to call ICE on you. I didn't see that. But that's not okay. Look, I don't know. That was wild though. That was a wild interaction. Well, King, if that the case, the Eagles will have to pay Mannion head coach pay, because if the Eagles have a success, teams will come after him. They will, but just like that Lions head coach, that's now the coach for the not head coach, offensive coordinator. That's now the coordinator of the Bears. He stayed the extra year. He wanted to run it back. Oh, y'all are going deep now. Hold on. Yeah. Let me go here. Because I know he about to talk. There we go. He about to talk. Hey, Nad, he didn't ask that though. E-Money, what's going on? He didn't ask you, were you Mexican? I believe Mannion agreed to stay here for more years than one season. I think so too. Because if it's a success, he's going to want to run it back to solidify himself as that, that guy that could be a play caller. At least 2 years we'll get out of him. And everybody's so concerned about it. Come on, Vic. I'm waiting. Joe Mailata's already out there at camp. Let me start this up because I'm switching to my OBS screen. Let's see. No. Media source. We're going to do we're going to do that. Is he talking now? Landon Dickinson is back at practice. It's great move. Let me go back here. Get this together while go to this screen so I can see that. All right. Practice is at 2:15. 2:15, Tiff. I'm just waiting for Vic to come on and talk. Is it not being shown? Here we go.
Will mean something to them.
I was going to follow up on Reek. We all know about his his press ability. How's he adapted to playing more zone and specifically your kind of match zone?
Yeah, I think he's done well. You have our offense in particular too. You have to play off a little bit more. Because they'll stack and bunch people, and so it's been a good camp for him in that way. But he's getting better at it for sure.
The safety situation, is that something that could go right up until game day? Before you
go up until when?
Game day before you decide who's
game day of the first day?
Yeah.
No, we'll decide before then.
At the time you guys drafted Jalix, a message was, what does this look like in year 3? Now that you're in year 3, is this what you expected? Is it beyond what you expected? How would you explain it?
It's what I expected and hoped for, but now I, hope for and expect for more too.
And what's that look like? What's the next?
I don't know. That you stop asking, not you, but all you. Am I surprised? Is this unexpected? Where that's who he is.
You mentioned Reek's tendency to get maybe a little sloppy. How do you fix something like that?
Just keeping pointed out, and he knows it. It's not like he denies it. It's just some guys sometimes could happen to some guys, and we just got to try and eliminate that.
While there's still today's practice to go, what's been your overall takeaway of the defense during this camp?
It's been a good camp. We're never. I think a lot of guys need some more developing, some more reps, but that's just the way it is. And then whatever it is, 2 weeks from now we got a game, or 3 weeks, whatever it is.
How do you feel about the corner? A lot of interceptions over the last few weeks, pretty much all camp. As a defensive coordinator on the same team of that quarterback, like how do you view that? How do I
view what?
When the quarterback that plays for your team throws a lot of interceptions, the defense is responsible for them.
Well, it's good for the defense, which is good for the team. And he's learning a new offense. I think he's trying things, seeing what's available and what isn't available. So I don't think that's going to carry over.
How do you feel about the cornerback depth right now?
Cornerback?
Yeah.
I feel good about Q and Reek. John Jones has missed a lot of time here, so hopefully we can get him back at some point. I think Mac has made a lot of strides. He's dinged right now a little bit that wasn't able to finish the other night. Keeley, I think, is making strides. And, those are the 5 main ones, and plus the guys that are competing for the 6th spot.
Nick, Andre Sam's been here for a while now. What's your assessment of his third training camp?
It's been good. He knows our defense from the safety position. He's reliable in that regard. He's trustworthy, and I think he's a guy that's will have a spot somewhere along the line. But we like him.
Seems like Ty Robinson continues to come on. Has he earned a spot in your defensive tackle rotation?
Yeah, he probably has. I mean, when you say rotation, I don't know what that means, meaning how many plays that means, but yeah.
Jordan left a little early last night from practices.
Yeah, but he came back. Yeah.
When it comes to his last few roster spots, obviously I'm sure your voice is taking into account. But historically, what have you found that you value in those last few guys that on the defensive side? How much does special teams factor in what kind of decision that you get to make defensive players?
Yeah, I mean, the special teams does play a factor. The last few spots are always a story in and of itself. It might be a guy that's not ready to play, and you might not think he's ready to play the entire year, but you want him. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's a guy that you think can help us in a pinch, if we need it. As I said, special teams is a big thing. Just numbers too. There's minimal numbers you need at every position. You need 5 or 6 defensive linemen to make the roster. You need 8 to 9 outside backers and inside backers to make the roster minimum. So the numbers is part of it also.
It's our first time talking.
When it comes to you, I just follow up when it comes to you, like, I don't know personally, but obviously further along in your years, you want to win now. How do you accept if they're going to tell you 2 guys, we're going to be on the 53, but they're not going to play the entire year?
Yeah, that's just part of it. Yeah, we all want to win now. But it's Howie's job to always be building the team for future years too.
It's our first time talking to you since before that joint practice. What stood out watching them against the Patriots offense?
Yeah, I thought those 2 practices against the Patriots were our 2 most beneficial and valuable practices the entire year, entire camp. Just like I said before, it's a different style offense. So that was great in and of itself. They have a good group of receivers. That was good to go against. way different offensive scheme than ours. Great to go against. Those were two really, really good practices. We had, I think, like 80 some plays the first day, 50 some, 60 maybe the second day with a red zone focus. Fantastic practices.
Thank you.
I didn't know I was muted. I didn't know I was muted. Players mess up too. Players mess up too. But back to that, like that whole thing. I love the fact that Vic Fangio actually just made a lot of key points, man. And I'm dying to know who he's talking about is not ready to play. He's not ready for them to play. I see what comes to mind. I think Michael Carter II name hasn't been thrown out there enough for me. I thought that we was going to see him in different situations, and we have, but I thought he was going to be successful in either one of those two forms. Coop was, doing that, and he was successful in those forms. Being able to, take off the top or in the slot going against Makai Lemon, Darius Cooper, things like that. He's been successful, probably, not too much because a lot of people make so much about this joint practice when he got beat by that wide receiver, but it was 1-on-1. They don't talk about 7-on-7s or 11-on-11 if Coop got beat or anything like that. So it's different like thing when it comes to Vic Fangio's type of scheme and the way that the defense is being played. You know what I'm saying? If it's a 1-on-1, it's a foot race at that point. It's really a foot race, regardless if you backpedaling or you're sitting up there, got your hips out to another side or whatever like that. It's all about a foot race at that point. And then the quarterback has to do an on-time throw. That's basically what you're looking for. So when like guys like TP Way say things like, "Oh, AJ Brown cooked y'all. He did this, he did that." Majority of those was like 1-on-1, 2-on-2s. Like you can't sit up there and say he cooked us. Lane Johnson is back, so that's a good thing. He left early. Tuesday, yesterday. I like the fact that he said it's close. Michael's been doing a great job back there. It's just all new to him. That's where I'm getting at. I'm critical of it because I want that safety room, regardless of how it is now. I want it to be successful, but I know we do need somebody like a dog, an ace back there. We really do. Like I like what I'm hearing about Makuba, but I can't just rely on Makuba in his second year. I need somebody back there that's going to be with him that's going to be making plays. I know Marcus Epps is a vet. He's a good rotational piece. He could be the starter for a game too, whatever. But I need somebody that, hey, when it comes to our secondary, they scared of this guy. That's what I'm looking for, man. And Harry Roseman couldn't do that. Now, I remember earlier I did talk about a way that we could keep Reed Woolen, and it stems from extending QB1. If you extend QB1, free up some money, we could pay Reed Woolen. If you extend him at least 3 more years, it frees up the Reed Woolen situation, and we could pay him mid-season. We could pay him and not have to hesitate until all season, even though I feel like Harry Roseman is going to wait. He's going to wait to see how the outcome is, and he just banks on that. And then, he got benched last season, Reed Woolen. He did get benched last season with the Seahawks. and now he's here, and if he balls out, have an all pro year and all that, yes, people are going to be calling, but it kind of stems from who you playing around. You're playing with two other all pros. So it's going to be like that bargaining chip that Hobby Roseman has. And if I'm Hobby Roseman, I'll pay him. If he's having a career year like he's been doing in the training camp so far, this whole off season, yes, best believe I'm paying him mid-season. I'm not waiting. I am not waiting for the cornerback room to set the tone, because Christian Gonzalez still got to get paid, and he's going to set the tone for a Q. He's going to set the tone for Q and Coop. So, and then with Coop is going to get funky, because it's like, like if he's doing this little switch hitter in this Vic Fangio scheme, then it's like, all right, do I pay him as a safety? Do I pay him as a cornerback? You know what I'm saying? So that's where it goes by. It goes by that. But yeah, I do think that Michael Carter II just need more time. Just need more time to get familiar with the safety, because he did play safety in college, I believe. Or no, it was in NFL, but he didn't play it a lot, especially not in this Vic Fangio scheme. You can't tell me this defense isn't locked in. Two guys that never played football are making plays. That's what I'm saying. You got Uar Bernard Waru sitting up there making plays. Sacks by Waru, tackles by Uar Bernard. But they still, like Vic said, they still work in progress. But I do think that Waru has the opportunity to make the squad. They're going to have to free up something for Uar Bernard. But long story short, I feel like that they both going to be a part of this organization for years to come. And especially if Clinton Hurt take over to him, yeah, Uar Bernard is going to be his project that he's going to be most proud of. You said, I think he just trusts Epps. He does trust Epps because he knows the system. He's a vet, and he's reliable. He's reliable. I think that's the safety spot. Going back to, I think Jean said it, and she was basically saying that they love Ringo. I think that Vic likes Ringo, and I think he has high hopes for Ringo, but Ringo play himself back to the bottom of the barrel. It's beyond me that we still got to sign cornerbacks after all this time, and rely on cornerbacks that took a year off due to personal circumstances in recent history, that Ringo is not really making himself known in the roster after all this time. And now we just look at him as a good special teamer, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And I was rooting for Ringo too. I was like, Ringo. And then it was one time, because remember, it was a couple years ago, his mom dog got stolen. So when they found the dog, I said, look, treat every wide receiver as they the person that stole your mom dog. Some type of motivation. I said that on a live or a video before. And I'm like, just treat him like that. And I just don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if Vic is just going to have it up to here with him when he does get that time. But if last year didn't show Vic, then I guarantee you he's going to make the roster. I did my 53-man last live stream. And yes, unfortunately, I think that he's going to make the roster just because, he's still got Vic in his corner. And it also depends on, he has another showing on Friday. He's going to play on Friday, so hopefully, he can redeem himself. He did get an interception last preseason game, so hopefully. Hell, I'd rather sign an old man Slay than keep Ringo. Nah, Slay done, man. Slay look like he ain't even been working out or nothing. He hasn't been working out or nothing. All he's been doing is chilling with his wife and his kids, his family. He's a family man now, and yeah, he ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. How old is Darius Slay now? Let's see. They still got him down as the Bills cornerback. So he's 35. Okay. Okay. Slay's 35. $35 old. Lane Johnson is back. Landon Dickinson is back. So hopefully that side, the left side, will look a little better blocking. What's crazy, man? What's crazy is back in my Madden days when we had Bradley Fletcher and Kerry Williams, I used to always trade for Slay. That's crazy. That was you. That was you putting into fruition that he was going to be an Eagle, and that's what happened. Pay JD, JC, Q, Coop, and Hunt. Everybody else can be replaced. Jihad too, if he plays well. I think he'll play well. I think that Jihad Campbell will start, even though Jeremiah Trott Jr. is not making it easy. But I think what separates them is the athleticism of Jihad Campbell, and being capable of dropping back more than Trott. Now, I'm not saying that Trott can't do it. I just think that Jihad Campbell has the possibility of just being athletic that he is. He can actually sit up there and do it at a higher rate, I should say. So that's what separates those two. Exactly what separates those two. Ain't nothing going on in practice yet. You can't. Some tell me this is about to be a light practice too, only because yesterday it was about 2.5 hours or something like that. If that, about 2.5 hours. Facts, he damn sure did. Hey, yo, you should go back on Madden, right? And you should trade for a safety, like a strong safety of your choice, and let's see if we get him. That's what you should do, Void. Exactly what you should do. But yeah, I'm in agreement with Vic, man. He's learning a new system. He's just trying stuff. You should trade for a kicker. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I agree. Like, he's just trying stuff. He said everything that we've been saying. It's practice. Gaming is too expensive now. I don't buy, but I don't buy Madden every year now. Yeah, it is, man. I'm skeptical. I'll play. I got my gaming computer over here. I don't know if y'all can see it on this little box, but I got Jalen Hurts as my screen right here, doing a little gun play in my little screen inside it. I built this myself, by the way, but on my screen beside it, I got Jalen Hurts, all his plays to Devontae Smith. Got my little mini Hurts here. He was in the but I wanted to decorate out here today a little bit more. But yeah, gaming computer. I got PlayStation 5. I'm skeptical. I don't know if I want to buy 2K this year. It's the same game over and over again. It's rinse and repeat, and they add AI to it now. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy that. I don't know nothing about playing games, but that system, yeah, it is. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I built it. I built that, man. A lot of money, but I did build it. And think about it, y'all. I got a screen right here. This is an all-in-one that my wife bought me. This is a my gaming computer that was my project, and then I'm on my iMac. So I have 3 computers in my surroundings. 3. I did have a MacBook, but I gave that to my son because he's going to a technology school and he needs that more than I do. It is the way to go, especially after the whole situation with PlayStation. It is the way to go. I ain't big time. No, don't put that out there. Don't put that stigma out there. Tiffany, I live in Philadelphia. You can't say anything like that. For now, I live in Philadelphia. There go my guy. Yeah. Oh, he reposted the Eli Stowers thread. He reposted it. It doesn't matter where you live, DV. I know it don't. You're right. You're right about that. Yo, DV, are you going to the season opener? I don't know, man. I'm debating if I want to go there or do I want to go to that Dallas Cowboys game when we host them. I don't know. I'm at least trying to get to 2 games, man. The whole opener, man. Everybody going, man. Let me see how much these damn tickets is. Let me see real quick. Let me see how much these tickets is, man. Yeah, go to my Eagles real quick. Let me see. Washington Commanders, boom. One ticket for one. God, yeah. Because when I go to the tickets, when I go to the games, I don't like to sit all the way up top. Because if that's the case, I got a big screen TV and all that. I can see it from here. I like to have good seats. And for right now on StubHub, they're basically saying that the cheapest seat, I mean, that's doable. Just for a home opener, $479 before taxes. $479. That's a decent seat. That's right in the corner of the end zone. That's the cheapest seat I see. $479. $479. Because in the middle of the field, that's where you get to your thousands and all that. Yeah, I might. Who knows? I might. Cowboys game will give you more trash talk, right? Opportunity. I thought I was going to get that the last game I went to. It's not bad on StubHub. It's not bad, but I know as it get closer, it might get lower. It might get lower because certain people might not be able to go. People renege on their opportunity to go for like season passes, so they start selling them. So who knows? Gigi, I didn't even know that 4th of July was still tailgating. I know what you call him left, the guy that actually he left 4th of July. I forgot what day that was, but he normally cook out. So I don't know if they're gonna have another person at the grill. I don't know if my guy what's his name, Gail. I don't know if he can grill or not. But yeah, I might have to like swing that, but like an early birthday gift or something like that for me. If not, then I'm gonna have a birthday gift that's gonna be celebrated late because it'll be 10 days out. My birthday October, so yeah, the 26th. Yeah, PG might be grilling. Who knows? He said he grills. I grill too. That's a fun fact about me too. I grill. I cook, period. But I like the grill. Cole Payton should have tons of playing time in the preseason. Jonathan Jones, coming off a shoulder injury, just returned to practice. That's good. That is great news. Great news. Great news. Give some more like depth to that cornerback position, and hopefully he does play. Yeah. Jonathan Jones is back. I can't talk. But yeah, that's a great John. That's a great John. Oh yeah, it's definitely about to be like they don't even have the pads on. Yeah, it's about to be a light practice. They don't even have the pads on. Unless they don't have the pads on, or is this an old video? Yeah, that man, that's gonna be so loud, bro. They already put the banner up too for the NFC East title. They already put that up. There's a game Friday. That's probably why. Yeah, it's a game Friday. Tomorrow's supposed to be either a walkthrough or a rest day for the team, and then Friday is the final preseason game. I was about to go to the final preseason game just so I could have a better look. But Friday is a major day for me, so a big day for me. So I'm gonna be busy. So I'm not gonna be able to do it. And then I also want to go live. I want to go live on Friday too. Friday is the alumni game. Yeah, Coach Marcus is going to be there. Coach Marcus is going to be there. He's going to be in attendance. I like that. Jonathan Jones. He should be qualified to meet the roster. It's not a lot of competition. Matt McWilliams has been a question mark for me. Yes, that's why I mentioned. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to him and Tone, man. That was a good. I watched it back this morning. Watched the replay. That was a good live stream. That was a good live stream. Very, very intel, and detailed. Just like the offense and the defense, offense and the defense is sitting up there, sharpening each other irons. I'll do that with content creating. How can I get better? How can I be more creative? How can I sit up there and isolate myself from what everybody else is doing to make y'all still entertained and watch me? So that's why I watch certain people. Not everybody. Everybody don't get that luxury. I like Coach because he put his actual player perspective on it. Yeah, right. And that makes the best twist of their show. The ball. It's so crazy because I'm bald too. So anytime I go on there, I can say, "Yo, I'm one of you guys." You know what I'm saying? Who just sent that? Somebody just tagged me or something. Jonathan Grenard with the D lineman as the Eagles practice in their last training camp session. Grenard has missed all training camp with a pec injury. Yeah, they definitely not in the yeah, it's about to be a light practice. You got that luxury as Lane Johnson to sit up there and pull yourself out of what's it called? Oh yeah, I just mentioned that. He's working through things to see what works and what doesn't. That's the obvious. That's obvious. That's obvious, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna be no tackling, no anything like that. It's just going back without the pads and all that. Like I said, if I was Jalen Hurts, I'd sit up there because he kind of like after a while he just looked like he was getting like his arm was getting tired. He's been practicing since minicamp. He's been practicing since minicamp. He didn't even take a practice off. Like he needs some rest too before we get into the swing of things. Willie Lampkin is tiny, y'all. Look at that picture. Tiny as hell. But strong. Yeah, it's precaution with Jonathan Grenard. I ain't too concerned about it. They call him JG. I don't know if I like calling him JG. That don't sound right. That don't sound right. Spike practice today, but we still here for it. We still here for it. Still here for it. They said that Jonathan Grenard was still going through the mental reps though, so he was going through the mental reps. Yeah, I know the players might talk afterwards. I might not be on that long. I already started, early. But after practice, that's when I'll shut this down. The hell kind of. Oh, it's a stretching thing. Okay. Stretching. I'm like, what kind of damn technique is that, Smitty? Seemed like everybody hopped on 500s live play-by-play. Which is fun. Which is fun. Man. Nothing going on yet. It's stretching. It's probably gonna be short. I doubt it's gonna be a long practice. I doubt it. I got a question. Let's play that. All right. So what y'all think, knowing what we know about our squad, what do you think how do you think the score is going to be? What's the final score of the first week versus the Commanders? What's the final score? Knowing how our team is now. I think Root said today's practice was a light one. Yeah. It's going to be a light one. So what's the final score of the Commanders game? Should I take notes of this? I'm gonna try to do something if somebody gets it right. Final practice. Training camp, man. I can't believe we already here. Shit, next week is September. 27-21. Birds over commies. Okay. Right in my Eagles book. It's right in there. What's up? So Voided already said that. I'm gonna ask it a couple of times because I need like everybody's like final score projection, just to see. And then I gotta see what's gonna be the prize. My pen. Need my pen. There we go. So void. $27, $21. $27, $21. Here's your Eagles last training camp ball security. It's so funny. They don't do the ball security at open practice. Oh, Jalen Hurts is out there. I knew he was going to be out there, but I just thought that, he's pushing himself, and I like it. I like it. 26-19. So 27, 21, and 26-19. That's Dizzy. 26-19. Okay. I think the final score would be 33-17 to shut people up. Okay. That worked. Gene. So 27-17. And Edward said, oh, damn. I didn't know you were still here, Drew. Shout out to you on the floor, doing the Lord's work, rocking with your boy. I appreciate it. All right, Drew said 31-17. Okay. 33-17. That 17 number is like something to be studied because a lot of people pick that. JD5 mom will be cussing him out at halftime too much up for him to focus. They go Makai Lemon. Another angle. Based on the Eagles pre-practice walkthrough, that looks like the team are prepping for our Friday night's preseason game. Seems like Makai Lemon will play. At least a little. And Tanner McKee will start this game. So I got a couple. I got to get everybody else's because they people bounce back and forth and all that. Teddy said 24-13. Now, how I'm gonna do this is like even if it's not accurate, I'm gonna pick the winner of who had the closest score. So how would I do that? 3 up, 3 down. So say if it's 27-21 and it ends up being 24-18, then Void will win, if that makes sense. So it has to be like a field goal reach, or whoever has the closest score will win the prize. I just got to think about what I want the prize to be. I don't know how much y'all like these little flags or anything. That could be the prize, but I'm probably for especially the first game, I might, do something huge. Eagles girl said 27-17. So everybody's saying 27-17. Who said it first? So Gigi said it first. All right. So this is what I'll do. If it's 27-17 and a couple of people pick that, then Y'all both get prizes, but it'd be like a runner-up prize. That's what I'd do. Teddy, I would probably lose my shit if Q get a pick six first game. I will lose it. I will lose it. I remember Tiffany was saying, "Oh, I love Smitty's footwork, man. All that damn line dancing he was doing all season. He better have good footwork." He better have great footwork. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inquiries so far. I'm gonna ask again on Friday. Couple points either way. I just want to win. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I just want the dub. All right, so you said 24-14 now. All right, let's go with that. So she changed it to 24-14. 24-14. Okay. Light practice. Then the 2 weeks after Friday, yeah, it's going to be ramping up to week 1. Finally, football's here. Man. Oh, I still got to do a fantasy football draft. Did they no, they ain't put out the injury report yet. What's funny is this whole damn all season, I can only think of one Commanders fan who came in and talked shit. Right. There's not a lot of them barking right now because they don't even believe in these squad. And they very concerned about JD Bob's injury proneness, if that's a word. How long before Diggs hooks up with his mom? Week 4. Week 4, Teddy. Week 4. Week 4. That's going to cause a lot of locker room problems. Come on. Nothing's going on. They're taking it easy today. Like I said, man, it's intense in the open practice, so I know they're gonna take it easy. My receiver hooked up with my mom, and now we suck on offense. Please help us more. Hey, yo, Diggs hooking up with JD5 mom is diabolical. It would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. Maybe if that happens, she'd still be at practice because she gotta watch her man and her son. And then somebody gonna yell out, "Pass it to your stepdad." That would be crazy if he did, though. Man, but Diggs gotta watch out for them DMV girls, man. So week 4, I give it that he's basically trying to hooking up with his mom. Right, Teddy, LeBron and Delonte West all over again. I give it to week 4 that he's trying to hook up with JD5's mom. But I give it week 2 that he gets somebody pregnant in the DMV. Guarantee it. That should be on sports bet. That should be on sports bet. Yeah. That should be on sports betting. That would be diabolical if that happens, though. That really would. Come on, man, nothing happening. Okay, imagine Diggs putting JD in a headlock like baby boy. Yo, y'all silly, man. Y'all insane, man. Y'all insane. Oh, he's from the DMV. Oh, so he home. So he gonna try to put on. I get it. I ain't nervous though. I see our cornerbacks. I am not nervous. And JD5 is gonna be in hell because he gotta go against our front. I'm not worried. I am not worried at all. Never was worried, but look, Stephon Diggs, he can still ball. Don't get me wrong. He had over 1,000 yards last season. He can still ball. It's just ball freak. None of the corners in this division scares me. No. Snoop Dogg would be Ayuk. It's crazy. Yo, I can see it. Yo, why can I see it? Yo, why haven't nobody really like made? Oh man, maybe I should. Oh yeah, I gotta get on that. Like take baby boy, put Jody as JD5. Put the stepdad as Stephon Diggs. Put his mom face on. Yo, that would be fucking hilarious. Oh, that was crazy. Yo, I got shit. I'm trying. Okay, I gotta figure out how to do this. Why is no reports coming out? I gotta do it. Man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna work on that tonight. Work on that tonight. That would be hilarious. Man, it's going on Twitter, TikTok, all that. I'm gonna put it Commanders drama already. That's gonna be like, oh man. Now I gotta get the scene and you put him in the headlock. Oh, that's gonna be hilarious, yo. King when Snoop kicked the kid's pillow. I gotta get that scene. Oh, I gotta get that scene. I remember that. I gotta do it like when he first seen Jody. Jody first seen what's it called? And then the next scene is when he's in the headlock. And then no, I think that's the whole scene. I'm gonna get this down pat. I'm gonna get this. Oh, this is about to be hilarious. This is about to be hilarious, yo. Poor JD5. You can get the Snyder out of Washington, but Washington is still a shit sandwich. See, in a way, I want to do it, but I don't know if it's going to be a cease and desist type situation. You know, they like to throw that out there. So I'm trying to think of it in a logical way. You gotta make this, especially for week 1. John gonna be crazy. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I gotta do that. JD selling Debo a dress. Debo be like $40. Yo. Yo, that would be hilarious though. There's really nothing going on. We sitting up here talking about making jokes about the Commanders. Tanner McKee first up with the second unit. First pass is complete to Hollywood Brown in the end zone. So they skipped right to the second unit. Here are Jalen Hurts and Tanner McKee. It's not really showing me anything different. Really not showing me anything different. It's about to be 3 o'clock. He started about 2:15. Yeah, it's gonna be a light practice. Hey Tiffany, what's your final score? What's your final score to yeah, they said limitations, but he's gonna play some Friday. 55-23. If we put 55 on their head first game, they did Washington 55s after that. If they get 55 put in their head again by the Philadelphia Eagles this season, they're called the Washington 55s. So Tiff says 55-23. No, I know what she was saying. You know, that was the final score of the last game, so she think it's going to be like that again. I get it. That's hilarious. Hilarious. Octavian Wicks, Devontae Smith, Mekhi Lemon, Hollywood Brown, Elijah Moore, Darius Cooper. Do they all make the roster? Or do we keep 5 instead of 6? I think we keep 6. I think we keep 6. I can see us blowing them out is what I'm saying. Yeah, I can see that too. Because like I said, JD5 going to be in hell. Going to be in hell. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. To put face on body and video. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna figure this out on how to do it. It's gonna be funny as hell. Now I gotta get a picture of his mom. That sounds so bad. Him. Yo, that's gonna be hilarious, yo. Tiffany, we blowing them out, sis. Just get Dalton Sassy ass out of here. Yeah, I think he's gonna get cut. I think Andy Dalton gonna be cut. I think he knows it too. Yeah. That footwork, man. Like I was telling them earlier, I don't know if you was pinging back and forth from different channels, Tiff, but telling them before that all the line dancing and shit that he been doing, that footwork gotta be impeccable. He knows he out. He knows he out. He better pull. He better just retire. He needs to just retire. Somebody has to go live Sunday night after cuts. 6 p.m. Yeah, somebody be live. You know, I'm trying to see if I could go live. I gotta see. Y'all will know if y'all deem the notifications. Y'all know when I'm live. Eagles Drew. He's gone. Gosley. He's done. I mean, not going. That's funny. Come on, y'all. Update. I was trying to because me and BG, when we was at open practice yesterday, I was trying to upload things to Twitter, but I only could get like 3 videos or so. You did your first live last night? Oh, I gotta rewatch that, Drew. I gotta watch that. They were saying that she was live last night. Drew did a great live last night. Yeah, I bet. And I like how y'all, I like how y'all supported it too. I gotta go and rewatch that. Cause that's, man, I crashed hard. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And I knew I would. That's why I said I was going to do it today. Talk about the open practice. But I crashed hard last night. Leo was stoned. I'm shocked because I remember Leo saying that he was out of town. He wasn't gonna hop on. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it's really nothing going on in practice. Yeah, he just got back. Okay, gotcha. Seth Joyner says, thinking out loud, are the interceptions by Jalen Hurts in training camp a concern? Yes or no? As a quarterback and offense, you never want to turn the ball over. But let's look at it from a different perspective. If they were running the offense of the past 5 years, it would overly be a concern. But the fact that the Eagles are implementing an entirely new offense scheme, I understand the uptick. The OC and quarterback are learning, experimenting, and figuring out what works and what doesn't. This is the time for all parties involved to get it right. If the quick passing game, passing in the middle of the field, are new scheme dynamics, it stands to reason that he needs to experiment and works on those things in order for them to be perfect or to perfect them. It'll only be an issue if it becomes an issue. If the interception persists when the game is better, there always a process to learning a new system. Lastly, Jalen is a quarterback who normally learns from his mistakes and really duplicates them. Could have said it better myself. Could not have said it better myself. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Why is it a Jordan Schultz went to the Jets camp? For what? I seen the video with you in your car, Drew. I just gotta go back and watch that. I'll probably watch that once I get off of here. Yeah, I will watch that when I get off of here for sure. Because I gotta get something to eat. I seem like every time I record, after I record, I get hungry as hell. Shout out to Fatback. If you know earlier when I when I was talking about what's it called. Shout out to him. Yo, there's really nothing going on. Nothing going on. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. So I'm gonna ask on Friday too, final score of that game, just so we can have everybody involved in it. And the game will be here. I will be live streaming it. Bro, I did a debate with Game Time Bryant last night, and I had to address some things. I called Dallas defense the island of misfit toys. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. Misfit toys is crazy. They sold the Seahawks. Sold the Seahawks. Crazy. So the Seahawks, yeah, I think they in talks are if they didn't already got a new stadium. They be overhyping their defense is crazy. Yeah, they do. They didn't even see the shit on the field yet. It was smart business move wise. Right after the Super Bowl void. Raquel Bell didn't practice. It's not at practice today, or not practicing today. Thumb and leg. Jacoria Bennett, knee. Grant Calcaterra, back. Eli Stowers, hamstring. He's out. Damn. It's a setback. I think he's still going to make the roster. He got to make the roster. But it's a setback. Cole Wazinski, concussion. So he's still in concussion protocol. And Jonathan Jones, shoulder, he's limited. So he might not play Friday. Okay. Yeah, Willie Lampkin can't change his height, but his height hasn't messed with his performance. I know Willie Lampkin better make this damn roster. Y'all better stop talking like that. Zachary Berman. What time is it? 3:07. Yes, it's not looking good. It looked like that. We're not gonna get that much updates. Yeah, it looked like we're not gonna get that much updates though. All right. But they already been doing certain things. I'm pretty sure because right now they on 7-on-7s and then 11-on-11s. Then they're gonna do the red zone drills and the situational plays. That's probably gonna be like the end of practice. I'm trying to give it a little bit more time before I shut this down. But it don't look like it. Who else I have? They're huffing that hope opium. Hard. Yeah, right. Right. Fan bases and they dreams, man. Fan bases and they damn dreams. That whole organization about to take a dip in the next couple years. The Seahawks. They won the Super Bowl, sold that bitch. That was good. That was good. That was a good transaction. Good thought process. It's already been almost an hour and nothing. Yeah, light practice today. It's cool. It is okay. Yeah, it's light practice. Thought we was gonna get something. Thought we gonna get something. Yeah, I needed Jalen Hurts to take it easy. It looked like that little arm got tired in open practice yesterday. It really did. I ain't gonna keep refreshing though. Well, it's been an hour. Nothing. So I ain't gonna keep y'all long, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. Please like, comment, subscribe. Ding the bell for notification. Thank you for rocking with me. Little over 3 hours. It was a great show as always, man. But never forget.
No birds, dickhead.
All the time. From me, wholeheartedly, man. Please. Rest in peace to Fells. First things first. Fly, Eagles, fly. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Deuces.